shit now as well.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And alright. I'm going to unmute my shit now. And I'll mute your YouTube stream, that way I don't have the issue. Also, you might need to flip me horizontal, I'm backwards.
What do you mean? Oh.
Yeah, my model.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't you usually on the right side?
Yeah, he just has to flip it horizontal.
Fucking hell. Let me just... Alright, how's that?
Just waiting for it to show.
Why does it feel like
There
I'm
we
in a
go.
new station?
There we go. Beautiful. What, Brit?
Why does it feel like I'm in a new studio?
I don't know. Alright, so I guess we just gotta give this a little bit. Hey,
Hey,
Trey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Matrix, hey.
Hey, Matrix, how's it going? Oh, I need
No.
to adjust my reactives here because since Brit's in the call, Vic's displaced now.
Alright, where's my Twitter?
Alright, there we go. Yeah, this is gonna be a this is gonna be a long talk, I guess, but we'll need as many fucking people in the chat as possible. I want you all to know I'm also watching Vic's stream too and reading his chat, so if you're not over with me on Twitch, I will be seeing what you're saying over on his end as well. So, you know, make sure you're vocal. I need opinions, and on top of it too, Vic told me he'll leave the VOD up when this one is done. So if you're not here for the live of this one, be sure to watch it back and leave your comments down below, because I will be taking them all into account.
No! Water buffalo on a fucking smorgasbord of shit.
Wait, what?
So Vic,
There we
Vic,
go.
about word vomit.
That's a new one. That's a new one for me.
Vic just says everything random.
I know, but still, like, that's...
Well, Matrix, that's what we'll be talking about today, unfortunately. That's why I'm doing this, because I need people's opinions. So I'm just waiting until there's enough numbers for people to speak to. And, yeah.
I forgot being able to edit your Twitter post is locked behind premium!
Yeah, bro. Absolutely. Gonna have to delete it at that point and retweet it.
I mean, it's just a spacing issue.
As far as new characters go, Trey, I mean, there will be a few new characters for DoD, but not an excessive amount. I mean, maybe about like 3 or 4. Namely, having to do with Chaos Beasts and shit. There will be newer characters there, or rather characters that people weren't aware of beforehand. So yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, the thumbnail you made, Vic, is pretty perfect.
Thanks.
Bot Rix? What's the bot?
Oh, the Botrex thing?
Mm.
I think it was something when I was setting up for the stream some time ago.
Mm. I got you.
Hold on. Alright. All we gotta do now is, I still have a lot of tabs open.
I mean, if it's not more than 5, you're fine. Ow.
Not more than 5, you say?
What do you got, like 10? ARI?
47.
What the fuck is wrong with you, sir? 47? What could you possibly need?
I have a lot of effect spreadsheets that I have open that I didn't save.
Save them now.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Like, holy.
Who the hell has 47 tabs open?
Nick does.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna say anything. Hi Hyper, hi Uno, how are you two doing?
Setting up the stream to do things.
Really, Matrix?
Get off porn? I don't know if Vic's on any porn right now.
I don't have any of that open, so eat lead.
No culture today. Eat lead? Damn.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, actually, you know what, Matrix, though? You know what? Hey, yeah, there's my, Oh, thank you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But nah, yeah, Matrix, maybe you should take the advice there. You know, sign up to the Patreon. You know, like you said you were going to. With the annual fee. In 2024.
Only $10 a month, my friend.
Oh, he won't do that. You know, like, if he doesn't do annual, he won't do anything.
10 sticking books, Matrix.
He hasn't liked subscriptions, man.
But I'm just saying, like, it's only 10 sticking bucks. What do you do? I mean, how far can you go with 10 sticking bucks?
You mean leaving tabs open because you didn't save your work only to never save them and leave them open forever isn't the way? Never. I just had a stroke reading that, Hyper. What the hell?
Right?
Hey,
yeah, if only Scott was around.
I know, right? Hey, Steve, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
Like, I was trying to message him and all, but no response.
Also, hey, Zeladric, how's it going, bro? Recognize a few of the people in your chat.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Yeah, Steve interacts on my Twitter pretty often, and Zeladric's been DMing me a lot lately. Brittany, if it ain't a signed book from you, then I ain't buying.
So here's an idea, Matrix. Order the book, send it to my address. I'll sign it for you, and I'll send it back. And then you do a subscription for Shade. Thank you.
Honestly, it would probably be more cost effective if you bought the book, signed it, sent it to him, and then he reimbursed you. Because, like, reasonably speaking, like, him buying the book, mailing it to you, and then you signing it and mailing it back would be, like, fucking probably, like, a month just to get it. Also, Zeno, hey, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining.
Wait, refresh my memory. Where does Matrix live?
He lives in Florida.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I mean, yeah, listen to me, but like you won't listen to me on anything else, will you, brother? Only when it benefits you, eh?
Did I agree with Shade Matrix? Did you hear me say that? Let me think. Thank you.
And Zeladric, I'm doing all right. I mean, health issues, fatigue, trying to make money, art, growing platforms, brand. I'm a workaholic, man. I'm constantly working. Yay, headbats. Welcome, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Welcome to the stream. Like the headbats.
But Matrix. Here's the thing. I think you should sign up now because who knows? You might see new book covers in the future.
Matrix.
What the dude?
Fucking smack you in the face.
Hang on, stand by. I'm coming.
But no, Zeno.
Oh shit! Flash, please.
Zeno. The name Zeno seems familiar. Xeno Genesis Sentry. Do you know that one, Vic?
Oh, Epsilon.
Oh, okay. I kind of had a feeling, but I wasn't sure. All right, hey Epsilon, how you doing, man?
Yeah, this doodle eating motherfucker. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking hell. Yeah, he said Epsilon in the chat as well. Hey, how's it going, bro? Awesome. You're Goid? Yes, I'm Goid too. Looks like we're getting a good number of people on both ends of the stick, so this we probably should have a pretty good amount of feedback going soon.
There's 11 on your side.
Oh yeah? Wow, it's only showing 8.
Yeah, for you, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Vic though.
Got you. Yeah, it hasn't registered yet, but got you. I love minor spelling mistakes. We all do. That's how you win an argument, right? Hey, Skull! Good to see you, my boy. I'm doing all right. Oh, Sentry, thank you. Epsilon, thank you for the follow, my man. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're doing okay, Skull. Just looking to get a little more people to file in, ask some questions, have some conversations, and we'll see how this goes.
Wait, Warriors free?
Well, there's 3 of us, so.
Oh.
Also, who? Oh, just all right, that DM isn't irrelevant. It is irrelevant. I don't need to respond to that right now.
Thank you, JJ, for pitting. Wait, is that my comment? Yeah.
Indeed. Thank you, Tumbles.
Oh yeah. Thanks, JJ.
Hey, Gar. How's it going, dude?
Oy. I have a joke for a girl, but might be crossing the line.
Oh, hold on.
What? What's up?
Oh God, Nick!
Tough Nick underscore cause. Oh boy, it's toaster time.
Hey, Nick. Welcome.
Put the toaster away.
No, he needs the toaster. The toaster is his
Oy.
sanity. He needs to make sure that he has something to keep him warm at night.
There's a new phase called heater.
Not that kind of warm, Brit.
I know. I know.
That so if you know, then a heater ain't gonna do shit for that. Nah, Jay. We need the toaster. Single men need the toasters. Exactly,
Wait.
Nick. Exactly. I feel that, brother.
Oy.
So what brought this topic back? Also the new Patreon drawing with a really nice shade. Thank you, Skull. Honestly, what brought this topic back up, you know what, I guess I'll start talking about this a little bit now. So, like, I was talking with Vic a while back. Maybe about, what, a couple of months ago, I guess it was. I know some of y'all saw Vic's tribute to my old series, DoD. And aside from me noticing things personally on my side of the fence, he showed me a lot of comments and a lot of input on people who not only still love DoD, but even quite a few younger people who have also been getting into it as well. Now, I'll be frank. DoD is something that I was comfortable shelving a while back and not having to continue or make into a full-blown series anymore. I have original content that I wanted to move on to, and I still am doing that content, don't get me wrong. I'm still telling stories. I have a horror light novel I'm working on that's like a one-shot, and I have a big mainline series, some of you know, Retrograde, which is what my character Shade actually is the main character of. But in redesigning old characters for DoD, because it was my attempt at least at closing it up, if we rewind back to about 4 years ago, back in 2020, when I first started doing my art more professionally, taking commissions and all that, I had floated around the idea of rebooting DoD, but as a comic. Now, since then, people have started to suddenly take notice to it more. And that's both in factor of the things I said back then and with the promotions and stuff that Vic has done in recent years. So, honestly, what I'm here to ask, I will be asking a few questions. I will also be taking questions if you guys have any regarding DoD. But the big question I have is this. I have had people sign up to my Patreon looking for the comic, but then I've also had people asking about rebooting it as a Sprite series. I actively have 2 things in mind. I have a small team that if I were to actually make it into an animated series, I would have people like Vic, Ace, maybe even Blue John, and my friend Jinta the Wolf, otherwise known also as Scotty, who would actually be doing the animation for the series. I would handle the writing and promotional artwork. Now, that being said, the other option is I do it all as a comic, and I would still have a small team for that. Some of the same people, slightly different, that would actively be helping me make the comic, and then it would be a dubbed comic on YouTube. I am still friends with several people who voiced the original characters for DoD back in the day, so the majority of the characters would still say the same, sound the same. I even have quite a few friends that are very capable of voicing the mainline characters, such as Sonic, Tails, etc. There would be room to get a few people for some of the other ones. Shadow would be a particular one that I would have to look for someone to cast who can do the job well, but I would be incredibly, incredibly nitpicky of what Shadow would sound like if someone was doing the voice acting for him. Obviously, because he's the main character. But thank you, Steve. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, like, in all seriousness, like, any one of you who does pay attention to my original work, I really, really fucking appreciate you. And a little shameless plug, if you can support me or give me a commission, I'll go over to my Patreon or do something like that. But legitimately, DoD probably would have some paywall stuff. Obviously, the Sprite series I couldn't do as a paywall, but I'm hoping that it would be promotional. And I'm hoping those of you who still love DoD would actually check out some of my other work, too. Because at this point, I legitimately do, well, more drawings now. I do make pixel art from time to time, but I certainly don't do sprite sheets anymore, and I certainly don't sprite animate anymore because it's not like it pays the bills. And I have original content that I cared about doing more. I'm willing to do this again because I see there's a very high demand, and I'm noticing that ever since the year of Shadow has come out, probably was triggering a bit more nostalgia for some people in it as well, on top of the stuff that my boy Vic here has done, which he has done very well. But, yeah. That being said, you know, it just comes down to that. So, like, I will want opinions on what you guys want from me, whether you would prefer a comic or you would prefer the Sprite animated series. Just know the comic probably could be done a little faster since it's hand-drawn, but obviously you're not getting animation. And while the animation, you know, is something people typically do prefer, it's going to take longer, obviously, because we all know sprite animation is tedious and does take time. So, I'll be looking at the chat now. I see we've got a few comments and questions. I'll be taking any questions and comments at this point. So, first I'm going to read over on Vic's chat, because I have his stream open as well as mine. If you're over on my Twitch, you can come over there as well. But, yeah, my Twitch is just True Shadefalcon. All one word, all lowercase. So, I'm going to start here with reading, I'm assuming this is, I'm assuming your name's Darian on Vic's chat. So, I have a question. How did you change your character from an echidna into a... Oh, no, that was for Vic. Go ahead, Vic. That's for you.
Yeah. So... Technically, my character Vic is still an echidna. He just doesn't have those overly large fists that Knuckles have. I sort of thought about bringing that back, but I have plans on how I want to go over that. So yeah, he's still an echidna. I changed his character to an echidna in the first place because there was just an oversaturation of hedgehog characters, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's do something different.
Also, Nick, I'd be happy if you want to send me some auditions for Shadow, because if it does get made into a comic, I will need voice actors. If it's not a comic, then, you know, status quo as far as sprite animations go. As far as tryouts for animation team Agar, I can't say that I'm necessarily looking for that. I am incredibly nitpicky with who I would trust enough to actually animate the series. If I had a nickel for every person who wanted to animate a reboot for DoD back in the day, and had I given green light to any of them, I can't imagine what it would have looked like. So, no disrespect to anybody, but I already have a small handful of people that I trust that I know are capable. Let's see, a shade, it's his design, and oh my god, it's actually complete far. Oh, well, thank you, I'm glad, Epsilon. Yeah, I also, I have revamped Kizu as well, the pink echidna-like Chaos Beast. So, if y'all want to see me work on that, tune into my stream on Monday. I have done the sketch work, I just need to do the line art and the coloring. I don't always like to sketch live on stream because sometimes it takes me a little while and I get anxious sometimes while live sketching. But in any case, yeah, you'll see me work on that on Monday, and I will be working on a few more DoD character revamps as well as some of my other original characters too for other projects. But and gaming, of course. But sprite. Let's see. The sprite animations were always something that revolutionized the art form. Always loved both your respective series. Harder now than ever with the Flash program being more limiting now. I agree with that too, Skull, because I also feel like a big part of the problem now is also a lot of copyright issues. Whereas, like, at least if it's hand-drawn, I can still say it's my art. So I'm also factoring that into the equation. Okay, Nick, Agar is understandable. I mean, no worries. I mean, I can't blame you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Agar. Okay, so we got...
You got something from Axel on my chat.
Oh, that's Axel? The
Yeah, Mooney God? Yeah, that's Axel.
Oh, I was just seeing... wait, which one's Mooney God? I'm only seeing Nanami Gaming asking me a question.
On my Twitch chat.
Oh, on your Twitch?
Yeah, because I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch.
Fucking hell, yeah, because I'm on your YouTube, right? So I have to have 3 streams open. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. All right. You know what? Let me fucking go to Twitch too a minute. Give me 1 sec. But let me answer this guy real quick. Nanami, Shade. What is the lore of the Chaos Beast in your comic? Also, the original DoD made in sprite animation only have the scriptures. Breaks in the door after walking up. What? Yeah. Hey, Jacob. Making an animation series. Okay, so we got Shoku there as well for that. Headset Boy Gamer. Okay, hey, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. But no, honestly, to answer your question about the lore of the Chaos Beast in the comic, well, I mean, like, you got the scripture and stuff, you know, from episode 5 part 2. I'm sure if you watched that. But as far as like lore of the beasts, if I'm really gonna go into it, the beasts are technically supposed to be like divine beings. They're not supposed to, like, you know, they're supposed to be very similar to Chaos. You know, like, they're just creatures that have kind of existed since the beginning of time, if you will. I need the lore in a Word document. Shiv, my boy. Like, if I'm gonna do that, then what's the point of you even watching the story, right? I mean, I could
What do you even say?
Yeah, Shill's saying he needs the lore in a Word document of the beast. It's like, if I'm doing that, then I would need to, like, I'm just basically giving you all the spoilers at that point. But
We wouldn't want that.
But no, like, legitimately, the Chaos Beasts are just supposed to be like divine beings. They're just supposed to be gods in a sense. I mean, they're not completely perfect or, you know, immortal, obviously, because they can technically be killed or sealed away. But like, the basic lore of them is just like, you know, they're just, I mean, if I'm really honest with you, this is gonna sound ironic as fuck, but when I first made the Chaos Beast, I had not watched Dragon Ball GT. And yet the irony is that there's similarities between the Chaos Beasts and the Shadow Dragons. That's the sad part. So, like, yeah, there's a certain level of, like, you know, manifestation of identity from having abused Chaos Emeralds or having used them for different situations and all, and just energies building up. Basically, Olympian gods, I mean, I guess that's one way of viewing it. I mean, I try to keep it kind of ambiguous. I mean, they're just supposed to be divine and shit, you know, they're a little bit more out there. Chaos Beast lives in each individual Chaos Emerald, for those who don't know. Yeah, exactly. You know, like, that's a prime example of the story there with them. I mean, because, like, Chaos is the Master Emerald, right? Same thing goes for the rest of them. Now, there is one thing I will give up that some people don't know or realize. There's technically 11 Chaos Beasts in total. Because, the thing is that when I made the ones I did, Iblis and Mephiles originally were placeholders. I had 2 other designs I wanted to make, but I did not have the amount of time or resources to be able to make every single beast that I wanted to make at the time, nor did I possess the exact amount of artistic skill that I do now. So, there are 2 other beasts that technically count as original timeline beasts that would fill in the place of both Mephiles and Iblis, but Mephiles and Iblis will still be part of it. It's just that those 2 will... There's 2 other ones that I will be drawing that will fill in the place, as well as you have to factor into that Nuru, you know, Nuru Garando, the father of the beasts, had the Emerald of the Apocalypse, and there is a beast inside of that too, called the Beast of Apocalypse. So, that's another one. So in total, there are a lot. And yes, Mr. Flame, yes, I am here. I am the Falcon. I'm streaming over on Twitch. If any of you want to come check me out while me and Vic are talking about stuff regarding DoD, just go to True Shadefalcon on twitch.com.
I'll throw the link in my YouTube chat.
Thank you, bro.
Shade, there's also one more thing you need to address too.
Yeah, bro.
Nazo.
Oh, fucking... Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're out... Okay, I'll tell you this right now. Okay. Here's the thing, right? When I stopped animating DoD, I stopped at a time because my health got really bad. As well as I was also getting married at the time. Now, the thing is... I'm no longer married, but I'm still friends with my ex-wife, just for context. But legitimately speaking, when I stopped animating DoD, and I stopped making the sprites. I gave a lot of stuff to Vic because I trusted Vic to do that stuff with him because he was one of the few people I trusted to give my sheets to and still do. Now, that being said, he wanted to fill in some of the extra places of the emeralds in his version of the story because, like I said, Chaos at the time shared the Master Emerald and the Light Brew Emerald. I did that to fill up the slots, and I also did the same thing with Mephiles and Iblis. So I was trying to fill placeholders. Nazo is not an official Chaos beast. He's not officially canon to, you know, actual DoD lore. It's only something that Vic chose to do. It was his prerogative. So, no.
And John, by extension, because his Chaos War series featured Nazo as a Chaos Beast.
Yeah, exactly. So no, Nazo is not an official Chaos Beast. He never will be. He never was. It was just some creative liberties that Vic and by extension John chose to do as well. So don't assume he's a Chaos Beast. There, like I said, there are 11 Chaos Beasts in total. There's a few other ones I have to make still, and those are coming. But that being said, don't assume that Nazo is a Chaos Beast in the slightest. He's not. 11-3.
What's up?
Okay, well, hang on a minute too. Also, I'm trying to go back. Bear with me, guys, because I am trying to keep track of all of the comments back and forth. So, hang on one second. Let me just double check.
I'm about to stab Ace with a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh my god. The most scary Chaos Beast, in my opinion, is Simplicium. Well, Simplicium is supposed to be the most scary, but he's also the most neutral. Because, like, Simplicium comes off as a villain, but he's not. Mephiles is born from Shadow, yep. Nazo being a Chaos Beast is fire concept, though. But no, yeah, definitely. I'm not saying that him being a Chaos Beast is not a bad idea because of the fact of what Chakra X did with his lore. It's not a bad concept. I just don't want to associate with someone else's fan character because I feel it's not my place to do so. Also, Iblis from Silver, yep. Yeah, everyone loves Simplicium, Jacob. Now, let me answer this one. So, who gave me the idea for DoD? Or what gave me the idea for DoD? Like, honestly, it's really simple. When I was younger, I kind of just got fucking sick of heroes being the focus of every story. I do not like Sonic as a character. Never have, never will. I do not like Mario as a character. Never have, never will. I like Mario games. They're fun. I hate Mario. Sonic games are fun to a certain extent. I hate Sonic. I have a word reserved for him, but I can't use it on stream. You know, I'll still say affectionately the blue bitch, but that being said, like, no, I hate Sonic. Never liked him. I thought Shadow was a much better character all around, better background story, completely underrated compared to Sonic. Sonic is a character that, in my opinion, has not suffered enough character development. He's just the wise-ass, cool, funny guy that everybody likes. Boring, dull, don't care. I liked the idea of Shadow getting more attention, Luigi and Bowser, because they were the more underrated characters in their franchise. And for a time being, I feel like I garnered them a lot of respect. The issue is that over time, Bowser became a goofball joke again. Luigi is still relegated to Mario's shadow, even though he's literally better than him in every fucking game, which is hilariously ironic. And Shadow is literally called the ultimate life form, and yet somehow Sonic is better than him because plot armor. So, honestly, I just wanted to make a series where the characters that I felt were the underdogs, or the lesser-known liked characters, actually got more attention. And one where you actually have villains win instead of the good guys winning. So, you know, realistically, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make content that I wanted to see. Because there was no content like that. And for a while there was a Shadow boom, and now it died. Then it died down for years. Shadow became irrelevant again, which kind of saddened me, but it's whatever because I thought I was moving on from that. And now here we are again, coming back up. So let's see, if anything, Nazo represents the negative energy of Chaos Emeralds. That's true, he does, so that's a fair point. Who's Mario? Never heard of him. Agreed, Shilv. Damn, yeah, sorry, Headset Boinger, I hate Sonic. I'm sorry if that disappoints you. I'm also not a Sonic fan, keep that in mind. I'm a guy who made something that Sonic fans like. Luigi is goated, yes. Hey, Duresk, how's it going? Alright, let me check back on Vic's chat, because God. Mephiles, Shadow, okay, honestly, Karma Sonic's one of my favorites. Thank you, I appreciate that. There is a redesign of him, too, by the way. He's over on my Twitter as well, and Vic put him in the thumbnail. There's a lot of characters have gotten these redesigns. It's on my DeviantArt, too. You guys, flat out, if you go to my Twitter and you click on my link tree, just check through my links. You'll find everything that you're looking for. That way I don't have to individualistically shove things down your throat.
Oh.
When he was unsealed. Yep, definitely. Okay, so let's see. You find it funny that Shadow's look is based off Supersonic. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, just because, I mean, you can get things based off. I mean, it's Hedgehog characters at the end of the day. Like, if you really compare Shadow and Sonic's designs, of course you can find similarities, obviously. Shadow shitting on Sonic and Mario base. Thank you. I appreciate that, Divine. I actually recognize your name, by the way. I always like Shadow as one. Yep. Okay, I'm just demolish the SMVZ curse. You know what, bro?
No!
You know what, bro? I'm not looking to start any drama or any flames, but based.
Who said that?
Divine Flames animations. Hey Shade, did you know that Shadow calls Sonic the
crying.
ultimate life? Yeah, I'm well aware of that, Shoku. That's bullshit plot armor crap. Anybody who wants to suck Sonic's dick can go ahead on that. I ain't riding that train. Was there going to be anything else revolving around Mecha Sonic and DoD? Yes, there was going to be an episode 5, part 3. And, ironically enough, for those of you who have read the IDW comics, I'm not a fan of them. I may upset some of you saying that, but I hate them. But that being said, with the IDW Sonics, you know how, like, there's a part where Mecha Sonic is doing a whole brain transfer thing? And, like, now we have, like, a Tails-type clone and stuff and everything in the IDW?
Oh, you're talking about Scrapnik Island?
Yeah. Let's just say that Mecha Sonic was going to end up transferring his brain into another robot body, but he was going to end up dying in that episode as well. A second time, you could argue. So, yeah. Hang on here. David, how's it going, brother? Okay, so hang on. When you think about characters like Shadow here have more lore, more story, and just overall a lot more character, and characters like Sonic. Yep, I agree, Hyper, thank you. Blue Eye Supersonic 2 is a reference, just Sega decided to drop it. Shade, are there any design concepts to the 8th and 11th Chaos piece you do plan on making? Yes, Agar, I do plan on making those. They're going to be coming soon. I'm working on the Beast. I'm just working on the old ones first, but I have all their designs. They're all up in my noggin. They're all there. I just have to draw some of them. And they're coming. They're coming. Is Karma Sonic supposedly supposed to be angel, heaven-related power? Yes, technically speaking, that is the metaphor, because it is the heaven and hell concept. But Karma Sonic is triggered by another painful event for Sonic that takes place later in the series. Also, the thing about Mephiles is that he canonically has the smog-like form. He can only move if he takes a shadow form from another character. Yup. Casually looking up. Okay. Question for Vic. Skull is a question for you. What inspired you to animate, and how has it continued to be a passion for you, or at least hope it's still a passion for you?
There were. I want to say there were 3 animation series that I watched that inspired me. Okay, yeah, no. I was blanking out for a bit. So, I watched Dawning of Darkness, Super Mario Bros. Z, and Sonic's Quest for Power. Those were the 3 animations that inspired me, on top of other miscellaneous animations that I may have watched in those years.
I feel that Sonic's Quest for Power was a big one for me, honestly. It's the reason why I'm doing anything that I do now. It got me on the internet. But yeah, as far as the Karma Sonic thing, yeah, you technically, Mr. Flame, hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it really is good. But no, yeah, also too, David, I agree. Fuck Surge. I hate that character. You wanna know the only thing I like about Surge? The porn. That's about it. That character's boring otherwise. And a ripoff of Scourge, honestly. Every mainline game that was after 06 Butcher Shot. Yeah, I agree completely. Like, if I'm honest with you, right? As a man who says he's not really a Sonic fan, but it's just a Shadow fan, the last Sonic game I played was Shadow the Hedgehog. The last Sonic game I bothered looking into was 06. I have not played a Sonic game literally since Shadow the Hedgehog and around the 06 era. That's how long it's been since I've bothered to touch Sonic. I may play Sonic again now, though, because of the whole Shadow and Sonic Generations thing. But, like, yeah, that's my boy. So, of course. But, no, yeah, like, honestly, like, yeah, we've got a lot more of you in chat here now, too. I know, I know fucking Steve suggested a poll on my YouTube channel, but I don't know how many people really even pay attention to my YouTube channel, honestly, because I mostly just post art time lapses and stuff from my VTuber content there, as well as I have a VODs channel on the side for my streams. So like honestly, if you're looking to like put input and put in a poll of whether you want a Sprite animated series reboot or the comic dub reboot, you know, comment in chat now, say what you want. You know, and if you want, you know, and want to, you can even comment later. You can comment on my Twitter. Just get messages to me in places where you know I'll see them, or that Vic will see them. Because the more input I get from you guys will determine what I actually end up doing as the restructure for it. Because everything's written. I already, like making it isn't really a problem. I just have to, like, write some dialogue. I have episode synopsises all chalked up from years ago. I never deleted anything. I still have everything as far as it goes. What advice would you want to give to someone who's starting to animate, if any? I recently picked up Flash 8 and I'm unsure if I should upload my content. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, man, if you go back to the earliest days of my animations, they're dog shit. So like, honestly, I suggest you want to animate, just do it. Learn as you go. You will get more done by learning and going through it, because if other people are going to flame you just for having bad content, they're idiots anyway, and they're probably not good at what they do in the first place, and they're insecure about what they do. Don't worry about that crap. Just animate, do what you want, and as far as getting started, ask questions. There are plenty more tutorials online now than when we started animating, like me and Vic back in the day, and also study other people's animations. Pause them frame by frame, all that crap. Just learn by observation and by practice, and just go.
Who in the name? I can't read the channel name that's subscribed. And it went away. Well, whoever that was, thank you for subscribing to the channel.
God damn it, man. Also,
I need to have an event viewer for YouTube that I can see.
Let's see, from the description of Shadow Generation, Shadow should show more powers related to Black Arms DNA. Some people are saying that, and I think that would be cool. Also, I've been watching a DoD reboot/remake. I sort of thought Vic was going to make it at some point. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, Vic's definitely on the team. If it's going to be a Sprite animated series, Vic is on the team. That's for sure. Because, like, Vic is one of the few people I would actually trust to do the job right. Like I said, it would be Vic. Ace volunteered his service, you know, Ace of Spades. John,
it was on my Twitch chat, by the way.
Indeed. John the Baratrian also offered to help with it as well, and I don't know how many of you know Jinta the Wolf, or my friend Scotty. Very talented animator and spriter. He will be on with us as well. Like I said, I'm only going to handle like the artwork and the actual writing/choreography. But the rest of the shit will be in their hands, because I will not have the actual time to animate the whole thing myself, and that's why I need the team. But we're only going to do an episode 1 reboot if we do it either way, whether it's a comic or a series, because we need feedback to see if people are going to support it. Because the only reason I want to do it is because I'm getting a lot of demand for it, and if people are willing to support it and even check out my other work, then cool. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this shit is my job. My health is not very good. I VTube, I make art, I take commissions, and I write stories for my living. That is what I do. Yes, I take care of my health, don't get me wrong, but it's not like working a normal job is the easiest thing for me. I did it for a few years and it wasn't good. So, honestly, if you like this shit and you want this content, the more support you throw towards it, the better. But, let me check some of the other things here. Give me motivation to animate, Shiv. Okay, animate now. Do it now or you'll regret it for the rest of your life. There you go. There's your motivation. I think my animating's great for a beginner, but I might be only because I look too much at Vic's animations, John's tutorials. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, if you think it's great and you're confident in it, then just keep doing it. But, like, don't think down on yourself if just because you might not be as good as some other people who have been doing it longer. I volunteered.
And that's why
Go ahead. Okay.
Well, I was just going to say, and that's why I've still been animating all this time, because I never really sort of had that mindset.
Definitely. You'll volunteer in Spirit Chill? No, yeah, you're good. And also, Headset Boy, Radonic is the strongest of the clones. In order, Radonic is the strongest, Crunkles is the second, and then Zales is the weakest. Also, too, for those of you who don't know, because I did do art of Zales recently for their redesign, Zales is now a female. And also a spellcaster and sorceress. He's not kidding. I tried my hand at animation. It fell short. Don't regret it. Just no time. It's an art and dedication. Agreed. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. No, yeah, Crunkles is definitely not the strongest. Crunkles is the second strongest. Zales is technically the weakest, but the difference is that if you're talking about, that's talking about physical strength. Whereas, like, Zales is more intelligent, just like Tails is, but Zales uses magic, whereas Tails obviously uses science and technology. That's the differentiation.
Just a bit of a contrast there between the original and the clone.
Exactly. Same thing with the others, right? Because, like, if you look at Redonic, Redonic is cold, he is calculating, he is analytic, he has no sense of humor, he's incredibly violent, he's hot-headed. Exact opposite of Sonic. And Crunkles is sneaky and kind of a little shit. Honestly, Crunkles is basically like if Eggman was an Echidna. He'd be duping Knuckles consistently.
Damn.
Synth, Shark to Shadefalcon stream has now arrived. Welcome, Synth. Nick, what's
But
it like to
yeah.
animate again? Hey, Omega.
Wait, what?
No, Nick's just like, what's it like to animate again?
I'm in pain. But Axel, if you're watching, you better let Shade know your feedback.
Dude.
Instead of spamming my DMs.
Yeah, Axel, like, come to my chat or Vic's chat, please. I can't read 3 chats at once. I'm barely keeping up with 2. All right, let's see. Neo Metal Sonic. Hang on, I need to scroll up a little bit in Vic's chat. Okay, so let's see. Sega. Also, thank you for that, Vic. I appreciate that. I helped you with the animating to that degree.
You're very welcome.
Sega likes to pretend that Team Dark never existed. Yes, because Sega is, you know, Sega neglects the cool team, honestly, in favor of, you know, the cutesy little Sonic crap. That's why they won't do a Heroes remake. Neo Metal Sonic, but he steals all your FC's powers and runs their fate. What the hell? I mean, I'm putting Neo Metal in it, by the way. He is going to be in DoD. Mechasonic's getting a bit of a retool. Because I have to team. Okay, I'm scrolling through Vic's chat right now to see if I've missed anything. Hey Shay, you gonna try and steal Shadow's bike now that it's real? Wait, what?
Yeah, they made an actual vehicle based off of Shadow's motorcycle.
No way.
It's a real thing now.
Really?
Uh-huh.
If I wasn't too chicken shit to ride a bike, I would, but my sister's boyfriend would probably do that. Only good thing about Infinite is his redesign, his VA, otherwise he's mid as fuck. Also, too, David, I want to point out as well, in a hypothetical, if we get more people who want to do the comic dub, you are voicing Kiritsu, because you do a fantastic impression. So, like, I have you in mind if it does go that direction. You know, people love DoD when you're seeing true hypersonic in mods.
Yeah, see, funny thing, right? I saw True Hypersonic in 2 mods. There's one in Frontiers, which is outdated, by the way. Sad. And recently I found a fucking mod showcase of him in Super Smash Bros. Crusade.
Nah, yeah, legitimately Divine, and also Uno, yeah, like, yeah, I kind of do agree with this point. If people can support Battle of Mid, I don't know what Battle of Mid is.
I know what he's talking about, but I'm not saying anything.
No, that's
else.
fair.
I'll just throw it in your DMs.
No, that's fair, but like whatever Battle of Mid is, yeah, I will agree. Like in all seriousness, if you are people who support other stuff, if you want DoD back, you got to give me some support. I'm serious. Like I would be happy to continue working on it. I just need support. Like flat out. You want to sign up to the Patreon. You know, you want to, like, you know, be a sub on Twitch. You want to, like, spread the word around on my other artwork and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I am a writer. I am a character designer. I am a storyteller. DoD was just the beginnings of all of that. If you liked DoD, I have plenty of other things like it that are just as good. But either way, I have 3 different types of story content that you could support if you actually really do like me and like my work. So I'm just going to say that. It really does mean a lot if you actually can do that, because that makes DoD to be created a lot easier. Because obviously I'm going to put more time and effort into something that is actually paying my bills. So all the clones...
Since so does 21 cause question. When you made the DoD series, what writing process did you go through when deciding what happens to the characters in the series?
Thank you. And honestly, for the writing process, Synth, for DoD, I'm not going to lie to you. Most people aren't going to believe this, but writing for me is incredibly easy. 95% of DoD's episodes and stories and concepts were written on the spot. I did not think of shit. I did not write shit ahead of time. You want to know the only thing I choreographed? fight scenes. And even then, I only started choreographing them in episode 5. Most of what I did with DoD was literally off my wrist. So, like, I can honestly say, like, when it comes to giving advice, I can give more advice on how to actually write good stories, but legitimately, a lot of what I've done is on the spot. Yeah, like, I definitely just fucking roll it off the tongue. Let me see some things here. I need to check Vic's chat again. Sorry, guys, if I'm missing your comments. I'm just trying to keep up desperately. So, all the clones are how Shade would like the originals. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I guess that's one way of putting it, Uno. Yeah?
You want to know the funniest thing that I brought up to Shade at one point when I studied Radonic and Crunkle's designs closely? Mm-hmm. Who all know Sonic 3? There are specific glitches that you can pull off with Sonic 3 to get a red Sonic and blue Knuckles.
Yeah, that was really fucking strange and painful and interesting, honestly. Also to Hyper, thank you. That means a lot, I'm sure, to both me and Vic. We look forward to Sonic Movie 3. Yeah, Steve, actually I am, but I'm also concerned how they're gonna do my boy. And yeah, it is the year of Shadow. Definitely, Yeah, David, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it does get made into a comic dub, then you are on board. 100%. You might even be on board if it's an animation, depending on if I need extra voice clips, but I think I still have Kiritsu's old voice clips. Or at least Vic does. Question for Shade, can Radonic beat Sonic in speed? To be honest, that's actually something I never actually thought of off the top of my head, but I'm going to say no. Because one other thing that Radonic has over Sonic is Radonic is very fast, he is not as fast as Sonic, because the difference is he trades off some of Sonic's speed for power. So, like, honestly, the flames and his brute strength probably would just end up overpowering Sonic at some point, but I can't say that he would be as fast as Sonic. So, like, you could make an argument that Sonic, you know, could outspeed him, could make him dizzy, could, you know, hit him multiple times and be faster. Like, there are options, sure, of course, if I'm gonna get into a quote-unquote death battle, but,
Pain.
But, I know, right? but no, like, legitimately, like, yeah, Radonic is not as fast. If I'm gonna put it, if Sonic is a 10 for speed, Radonic is a 9. That's the best way to put it. Guy who made next Sonic, okay, good afternoon, let's see, Shadefalcon, aka Bird Jesus, yes, thank you. Simplicium is my most favorite of the Chaos Beasts, mostly because of his powers. Yeah, everybody loves Simplicium. Everybody loves... Like, if you haven't seen the redesign of Simplicium, check out my DeviantArt or go over to my Twitter and you can see some of that stuff too. Vic, you got a question from a guy named Farmer.
Look,
how come everyone... He says, how come everyone can play Splatoon 1?
So I just wrote that in the chat earlier. Don't know if you saw, but yeah, there's a fan server for Splatoon 1 now. And funny enough, it's called Pretendo.
Yo, full of darkness? What's this FOD quote here?
One of my very ancient relics from before Trolls Unleashed.
Damn, okay. Also, let me double check my chat. I got 17 people in chat right now, Jesus Christ. You pull it out of your ass. Yeah, I really did pull it out of my ass, Synth. I do recommend, though, when writing, it is good to still plan things ahead of time, don't get me wrong. Also, too, if I only see one like on Vic's fucking stream, I want multiple likes on that. Like that button, goddammit. But no, yeah, like, legitimately, I did pull most of DoD out of my ass. I have since learned to pre-prep things, and since writing a lot of the DoD episode synopses, because I do have a total of 13 episodes planned. Haha, yes, I'm funny.
Yeah.
But no,
Shade
like,
DM.
got you, I'll look in just a moment. But yeah, I do recommend you choreograph a little. You happy now, Shade, Vic, and Axel? I'm finally animating. Good, chill. I'd say Zales is the fastest out of the three. Zales, Zales probably is the fastest, I guess, if you think about the fact that he was able to fucking, like, stab Mechasonic without even being seen. But then again, he is the wind, so, like, it's a sliding scale. It's like an elemental speed. Like Itsu, yeah, a lot of people like Itsu, honestly. Itsu's supposed to be, like, one of the oldest. He's wise and all that shit. What if the 8th Emerald be added and there would be an unofficial 12th Chaos Beast in Dawning of Darkness? I don't know about that one, but, like, I mean, like, in total, right? If you count the fact that Mephiles and Iblis technically share an emerald with the 2 original timeline beasts. That is a total of let's see. So let's see, how many beasts would that be? So there's Kizu, there's Kiritsu, there's Simplicium, there's Itsu, there's Chaos, Nephilis, and Iblis. Then you have the 2 original timeline beasts. One of their names is Serexarunt, is a female, like nature-based cat. The other one, well, not necessarily a cat anymore. I've removed the Mobian-like qualities and made their animal qualities more suggestive, because they're not supposed to be an actual animal. Then there's the other one, which I believe I called Harane Tempor, which is supposed to be like a time-based one. He was originally a Kawawa. That's about 9. Then you have oh, hey, Ace. Then you have the Beast of Apocalypse, which was the 10th, and I think there was another one that I had to. Yeah, I have to make another one for the light blue emerald. So there's that factor as well. But that one's still in production. That one doesn't have a concrete design yet. So yeah, I hope that helps answer some of the questions. Like as far as like the beast goes, like there's not really like an 8th one. Will there be changes with the reboot? Some changes. There will be some changes. Minimal, but some. If you have any questions about that, you can feel free to ask. So my question about the Solarius beast from Chaos Evolution, do you have plenty? No, I'm not doing anything with Solaris. Not touching it. Like, honestly, I will shout out Zaladric David here, because he always had a fucking cool as fuck, Solaris design from back in the day. In fact, he was even reminding me of it again last night. Fucking great what he did. Loved what he did. Not doing Solaris. Don't ask for it. Not happening. Gonna DM you something, Shade, okay? So, what gave you the idea to make Itsu partially TV static? It's because the thing about Itsu, his ability is speed and camouflage. It's supposed to be that his body is vibrating so much consistently that he's not always consistently visible to the naked eye. So, it's not like a super speed thing. It's not meant to be like, you know, oh, I'm faster than Sonic Boy. It's not meant to be like that kind of crap. But his body is not constantly corporeal. So, he's kind of like in between, you could say, this plane of existence and another almost at all times. So, yeah. Also, let me check what you DM'd me, Vic, because I'm getting DMs anyway. Oh, yeah, and honestly, Vic, yeah, you can show the Redonic design. You can show any of the DoD designs at this point. I don't care.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to go and do that. But
yeah, like, you can feel free to show any of them. In fact, in all seriousness, guys, if you guys want me to, I will screen share revamps and designs I've done for DoD things on my screen. Most of them have been on my Patreon. Some of them are public access now anyway. But me and Vic can both share those designs if you'd like to see things. Also, Ace, did you have something to say there, man? I wasn't sure if he spoke or not.
Is Ace here?
Yeah, he's in the call. His reactive is showing up on my end. But yeah, let's see. It's cool and eerie at the same time, not gonna lie. Cool, I'm glad. I mean, at the end of the day, my art style was always called cool but creepy. So, that's kind of been on brand for me since I was young. His body moves constantly like the wind, you may say. Not really, it's different than the wind. Like I said, he's camouflaging and vibrating, so... Like I said, he's not constantly visible. It's not like Zales. Zales is the wind. That's the difference. Sonic speed is in Sonic's name, and nobody can forget that. It's not even a matter of that. Like, I mean, I could care less about that whole crap with Sonic. It's just like, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, my fan character is faster than Sonic, herder. I'm not doing that. But yeah, Ace, did you have something to say, man?
No.
Oh, my bad.
Howdy, mate.
Got you.
But I will say I'm banning Axel.
God damn it. Let's see if I can check here anything else. Is there going to be a Dawning of Darkness remake? Yeah, that's what this whole thing is about. That's what this whole thing is about, guys. I will reiterate this multiple times because I understand probably people might just be joining chat now and all. Whether you're watching this live or you watch back the VOD later, you need to make a comment in the chat now, or you need to comment on the VOD later and tell me if you want a Sprite animated reboot series from a team I have working with, or a comic dub reboot series, because I have gotten people asking about both. I need clarification on what we're doing. And again, if you want this done, I also need some level of financial support for these things going forward. So, again, follow my Twitter. Vic has posted a lot of my links in the chat. Check that stuff out. I do require that to actually make this matter. Because, again, this is my work. This is my job. If I'm going to be putting time and effort into the project, I need people willing to support it. Okay, there's going to be a potential remake. She wants to know if it should be a comic. Yep, thank you, Vic.
Ah, my shit. There we go.
Alright. Nah, bro. Anyways.
Well, that's the $1 million question,
And
Eladric, right? That's the $1 million question. What do y'all want? Sprite series or comic? As this is going to be by popular demand. This is going to be voters' choice. So how many people actually decide one way or the other is what I'm going to do. I am going to go with the Democratic route. Divine said he's good with either way, so I'm fine with the story. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that, honestly, because, you know, legitimately, a big part of me would prefer the comic, but I will go for the direction of what people say. I'm gonna switch my, stuff. You're not gonna involve Mario characters in it, because I remember Shadow got how... No, Mario characters are still in it. I mean, it's a reboot, but I'm not changing the story to that degree. Everyone's still going to be in it. Like, yeah. The DoD you knew and loved, if you were a fan of it back then, is still going to be DoD. It's just that at the end of the day, it's either going to be a comic or a sprite series. And yes, there will be some changes to the story, don't get me wrong. But let's be real, most people, when it came to my series, focused more on the Sonic and Shadow side of things than the Mario side of things. Even though there are a substantial amount of Mario characters and fan characters that I made alike for DoD. So, there is that. It's part of the story. Yep, I'm in between, unless we could get a mixture. I mean, as far as I have 18 viewers, Jesus Christ. So let's see, but like, no, I mean, like, honestly, if we're doing a mixture would be a little difficult, because I'm not gonna do an animated comic. It would be more tedious than doing one or the other. It very much has to be one or the other, I will say that. I don't mind it being a dubbed comic. I think that could be fun. I think that could be cool, and it probably would be a little bit faster. Well, I don't know if I call it a soft reboot. I mean, guys, like, when you think of a reboot of a series, what do you guys think when it comes to mind? Like, are you assuming that a reboot means you change everything, or you change, like, a substantial amount of stuff? Or do you assume that it's more just a cleaner version? I'm assuming it's a cleaner version when I think reboot.
Yeah, but there's also the thing, there's a soft reboot and a hard reboot.
Okay, well, if we're gonna get into the specifics then, I guess it's a soft reboot. Because at the end of the day, like, it is restarting, and there are going to be some changes, but overall, a lot of the story is going to be the same. Omega says, want me to be honest, based on all the info you're giving and you're presenting, I would say a comic dub would be easier, and would make an easy stepping stone into some of your other projects, which happen to be light novels as well. I do agree with Omega Raptor, my friend over here on my stream as well, because most of my stories, guys, are going to be light novels. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Synth. But no, like, the thing is, most of my stories are light novels and or comics anyway, because I prefer that medium of storytelling than animation, because I don't care for animation much anymore as far as, like, doing it myself. So, yeah, like, if you guys do like
Omega Raptor 2 cause reminder in case I missed it. If you're doing a comic dub, are you doing the art or is someone else doing it?
The art... Yeah, the art for the comic dub, Omega, if we did do that, would be done by me, Scott, and I had considered asking Blue John to help with it, and I had also considered asking my other friend, also named John. So there would definitely be people helping me draw it, but I would handle all the writing, and I would probably do, like, some coloring, some drawings. It would be a drawing team either way. Shady, do you animate using Flash 8? I always animated with Flash 8, man. Never anything else. Also, let me, so let's see, whoever R is said, I'll say dubbed comics since that sounds a bit less taxing. I tune into it either way, though. That is actually good to know. I appreciate that. Sorry, I forgot to say more in my country. Okay, good. There's 2 types of reboots: a faithful reboot and a trash reboot. Okay, that's true as well. I agree with that, David. What's the Chaos Beast hierarchy? Because I think Simplicium is the strongest because of his powers. Okay, Alright, you know what? I'll organize the Chaos Beast based on their strength from the ones you all know, because obviously there are other ones I still have to make, so I'm not going to get bogged down in those right now, but I can list it off. So if I'm going to list, I will say Simplicium is technically the strongest, but like, also too, if you're looking, Vic's showing my Hell Shadow redesign on his stream. I can put up any of the ones you guys want on my stream as well that Vic doesn't have if need be, but yeah, or I can always just give him the rest of the stuff. But I
kind of went through a few of the designs already, so I just went back to doing animation work.
Nah, for sure. But like, as far as the hierarchy of the Chaos Beast, I'll say Simplicium is #1, mostly because like you kind of can't kill Death. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really kill any of the Chaos Beasts. They just get. Think of it like Pokemon. They faint every once in a while, you know. Like Simplicium, yeah, is obviously technically the strongest, just by virtue of what he represents. I would say Kiritsu is probably the 2nd strongest because he is literally born of Hellfire, and he would be, you know, he's Azazel's favorite nephew because he's fire, so that's why he gets favoritism and, yeah, connection with the devil and all that stuff. After Kiritsu, I probably would say Chaos and Kiritsu are about on the same level because they're technically twins. They're linked in that regard. So they're kind of on same level. After that, so we have, who do we have left? We have Itsu and Kizu, I think. I would say that Itsu is technically stronger than Kizu, because Kizu is also the baby of the family. She is the little sister. There's my redesign of Karma Sonic if you're looking at Vic's stream.
You might be a bit behind on my stream.
Am I? I guess so. Yeah, I mean, because I'm watching on your end as well, but like whatever it shows me, I guess. But
yeah.
But no, yeah, like I would say Itsu is probably the next strongest, and Kizu would be the least strongest because Kizu is technically the baby of the family. Itsu is more the wise one, the sage one, and honestly, I'd put Mephiles and Iblis at the very bottom of the barrel, only because they're technically not even actually Chaos Beasts. They got made Chaos Beasts by virtue of timeline shenanigans. So that's kind of how I organize them, and obviously Nuru Garando is the top, because Nuru Garando is supposed to reflect that of God, just like Azazel is meant to reflect that of the devil. And then you also have Cythera, because like a lot of these characters are what was part of the Primeval Pack. But if you look too, there is a bit of a hierarchy that I even label out for some of them on the little family tree thing that I did. So like, I don't remember if I organized them exactly by their power scales in that regard, but like, that gives some insight into that as well. Okay, so I'm just looking to see, alright. Last I checked, Shade doesn't work on Cartoon Network, so probably should have a poll. Yeah, we could have a poll, but like if we're having a poll, then like Vic, could you set up a poll if we did that?
I don't exactly know how to set one up.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like, here's my thing, like I could set up a poll, but like if we're going to set up a poll, what I can do one of two things. I have a public Discord server. So if you guys would like to join that, you know, it's on my Twitch here, it's down below. You can also find it on my Twitter page. You can either follow me on Twitter, and I can do a poll there, or you can join my public Discord server called Shade's Nest. You can also find the link to it on my Twitter page. If you guys can all go in one place that I can poll you, you know, where you'll pay attention to updates on different things at my work and other shit like that, then that'll make it a lot easier, because I'm not going to do a poll on YouTube when I know not enough people are going to pay attention. I need a place where I know I'm getting actual feedback from you all. That's why I asked Vic if we could do this in the first place, because I needed to speak directly to, well, the masses.
Yeah.
If you touch it, okay, let me scroll up here. Reminder, I case I missed it. Okay, okay, so let's see. If you touch animation these days, Shady, oh yeah, we already did that one. Omega, okay. I'd say the strength of sprite animation is the fight scenes that can be shown from them. Don't get me wrong, I do agree with that, but like, I don't know, I'm still partial to the still frame. For story, the better from most likely be comic dub, I do agree. Because I'll be real, right? My sprite series, like, I mean, I know some of you have given me praise for my sprite animation back in the day, but I honestly don't think that, like, I honestly don't think my animation skills were that great, but I do think my storytelling skills and my art are. So that's another reason why I'm more for the sprite, for the comic dub, if possible. Art idea, New Regardo takes the Chaos piece to Taco Bell. Shut the fuck up, man!
Who the fuck said that?
Mr. Flame. I'll be real, that's something that Vic might do for his, like, you know, his goofier Flash animations, but I am not doing that, no. Also,
hey, Shade.
Yeah, man.
You want to reiterate the Nazo thing for Blitz Shadow in the chat?
By all means.
I don't think he was.
By
I don't
all
think
means.
he was there when you initially brought it up.
Nah, by all means. Nazo, I confirmed earlier, was something that Vic ended up incorporating because he likes the concept of it, because it was similar themes to my Chaos piece, and obviously Blue John ended up following suit. But there is no correlation whatsoever between my content and Chakra X's content. Nothing against Chakra X's content. I actually like Chakra X. I also liked the Nazo animations he made. But Nazo has absolutely nothing to do with the Chaos Beast. He never will, never has. It was just something that Vic took liberties on, and something that John also incorporated too, because at the time I did not have anybody filling the Blue Emerald. But that is something that is a design that is going to be made. So keep that in mind. Well, Shilv, actually, that is true. If you can sprite, you can draw. What people consider spriting is not actually actively correct. Legitimately speaking, there's a difference between, no offense guys, between what a lot of us did growing up, or even some of us still do now, versus those who can actually make sprites from scratch, do pixel art from scratch, and actively draw. Those principles are exactly the same. The only difference is that one is using vector and raster art versus pixels. That is it. So, yeah. It actually is true. I know there's a lot of joke and memery around that statement, but that is, as a professional artist myself and a graphic designer, it's something you have to acknowledge. It is true. Oh, the Discord thing doesn't work? Fuck. Yeah, I've been trying to make it work, and I think it's because my Discord server is not like an actual community one, but it's the invite link. So I'm going to say this, yeah. Go to my Twitter page. It is down below. It is literally Shadefalcon1. On Twitter. There is a link to my Discord server in my bio. Just go ahead and click on that and join the public Discord server. And you're showing DoD in the background, dear God. I'm going to despair a little bit for a moment. But, yeah, Prophet's design was one of my favorites too. He's still staying the same, by the way. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back to Vic's chat a minute and just see if there's anything else. Is there anything else I need to look at here, or did I actually catch up with everything? I think I caught up with everything, right? Because Blitz asked about the Nazo thing. All right, I mean, so like I said, y'all just need to go to a place where we can talk about this. So if you want to go to my public Discord server, that's a place. If you want to follow my Twitter, that's another. Also, commenting on these VODs, both my VOD and Vic's VOD will help, you know, making a comment later on if you're not here for the live. I'm going to be taking some time to collect as much feedback from different sources, but I want you guys to really have the feedback available to me. Just make sure that you're putting it in my face as much as possible. I don't care if it's a Discord DM at this point, if you're in my public Discord server, and I will take polls and ask questions. My Twitter, I will take polls. We'll make comments here on the YouTube video, making comments in the chat here. I am going to be collecting data. So, make sure that you are vocal, because if you are not vocal, your voice is not going to be heard. If it's not going to be heard, then I'm going to end up leaning more towards one side of the fence versus the other. And like I said, I do agree with what Omega said, even though I will definitely take into account to making it a sprite animated series again, having a team help me with the animation. I want you to remember, if you do like me, and you do like my work even now in the modern day, I am an anime artist, I'm a furry artist. I have a light novel series called Retrograde that will be worked on that is based on anthros and furries and the like, sci-fi related. And I do have a horror light novel series called Pay Your Respects that I'm working on. So that if you like a lot of my modern day work and art, keep in mind that whatever DoD is made as and requested as, if it is made as a Sprite series, you're not going to be getting more of that from me. I would only, DoD would be the only thing I would potentially capitulate to. So, all good, Headset Gamer. Thank you for joining, and thank you for the follow and for your input as well. You have a good night, my man. But no, like, I want you to keep that in mind, that the work that I do now is not going to change, regardless of whether I do DoD or not now, and regardless of what medium I choose to create it in. So if you do like my original works, keep in mind that, you know, that's still going to stay the same. So even if DoD is a sprite animation, all of my other works are not going to be animations, and they are definitely not going to be sprite related. So keep that in mind also when you are thinking about your choice of which way you want it to go. Because if you're expecting more sprite animations from me after DoD is made or even completed, you will be disappointed by that. That is a guarantee. But if you like if you're a manga fan, if you're an anime fan, if you're a light novel reader or anything like that already, and let's be real, I'm sure a lot of you all are, because we're all fucking nerds. So, like, that being said, yeah, I am very partial towards the comic thing.
Omega Raptor 2 cause I have created a poll on Straw Poll and have pasted it in the discussion Bird Talk channel in the public server. Okay. If you want to give a definitive answer for Shade, go there and make your choice.
Okay, okay, you know what? This is appreciated. Omega, my chat has text-to-speech, so I paused for a minute to listen. Omega just said he made a straw poll and pasted it in the Bird Talk discussion channel of my public server. So if you want to give a definitive answer from me, go there and make your choice. So, go to my public server. Like, honestly, like, actually, let me get the public server link. Let me just fucking grab this and I'll link it in the chat for you guys. Because I'm pretty sure if I just paste the Discord link, that'll work, right? Let me, Alright, let me copy this. Vic, you good if I paste this in your chat?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Actually, are you a mod in my chat? Because I think my Nightbot might auto-delete the message.
I'm probably not, but in any case, yeah, I did paste it there. I've pasted my Discord public server link in both my Twitch chat as well as Vic's chat here. Go there, check out the poll that Omega did. Omega, you have my permission to ping the whole server to get attention if need be as well. But is there another project you wish to be a comic dub? That's the thing, right? If I did a comic dub Skull for anything else, it would be purely for promotion. Everything else would literally just be light novel related. That's the only reason why I agree with Omega with leaning towards making DoD a comic, because most of my work is visual written media with illustrations. Like that is primarily the source of my work. It's fair, there are plenty of other sprite animation. I thank you, Blitz, I do appreciate that. Vic, do you just use, okay, Mr. Flame said, Vic, do you just use one file for all of your sprites, or?
Depends. But, I've noticed with Paint.net that if I have multiple layers in one file, that's gonna eat up my CPU usage, so I have to create multiple files for sheets.
Also, Greg, to answer your question, for the hyperforms, probably would just be associated with like the ones I did for Sonic and Shadow. I wouldn't get too bogged down in doing multiple hyperforms for other characters because I already created a lot of forms in general for DoD characters. So like, I don't think I would want to go too overboard either, but I definitely did do a lot. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't do any excessive ones after that. But also, too, I'm getting a few DMs I probably should take a look at. Did you know I also did a remaster for Crunkles? Oh, you did a remaster for for Crunkles, Zaladric? I mean, like, if you want to show me that, you can. Crunkles is getting a redesign. Like, I redesigned Redonic and I redesigned Zales. I just haven't redesigned Crunkles yet. But it's coming. That DoD intro, bro. Yeah, I know, man. Like honestly, like that's why I like my old DoD stuff. Like I said, my animations is an example of something. Like there's something that people said to me back in the day that like my series was one of the most dramatically improving animation series around, because episode to episode there was very much big leaps in quality from one to the next. And now I think I'm at a point even with my art where I can keep things pretty consistent, and I like that as well. So, you know, that's another reason why I really like the idea of it still being a comic. Okay, so, and now our future presentation, Staples 2000 stuff, what the hell? I don't know how to respond to that. Also, yeah, David just sent me the redo of Crunkles. Oh wait, I think I've seen this sheet before. Yeah, Zaladric, I think I've seen this. Also...
Rygan VT cause foolishness.
Foolishness. Hey Rhiannon, how's it going, bro? Good to see you, man. Also, too, yeah, I think I've seen this, but like, I'll just say one thing, Zaladric. I kind of dig the cloak around Crunkles, and I don't know why. But I kind of dig it. Okay, let me see here. I'm getting too many damnable pings. Yeah. Axel pinged me, make it a sprite animation in the server. That says that too. Joke's on you. I think you should make a live-action TV show of DoD. Jazz, I will murderate you.
Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Jazz. Why?
Yeah,
why live action? Why?
Yeah, definitely not. No live action. I even if I possessed the ability to do so, I would not. But no, you know what, Jazz? In all seriousness, give your input. You were a fan of DoD back in the day too. You can give your input too. Hang on here. Hey Shade, in terms of form scaling, where do Sonic
Dark Overlord Skull Cause, think carefully everyone. It is ideal you express your opinion with reason. Justify it to at the very least to get the details across.
Okay, you know what? There's something that Skull flat out said that I agree with completely. Think carefully, everyone. It is ideal you express your opinion with reason. Justify it to at the very least to get details across. You know what? Yeah, that's also good. Really justify the reasoning if you want to, for whether or not you want it as a sprite series or as a comic. That is actually very good input. But Divine, hey Shade, in terms of form scaling, where do Sonic and Shadow's forms that you made for DoD scale when compared to their hyper forms? Oh, bro, it's not even a comparison. Like, I mean, my shit is overpowered. Like, I'm not gonna tell you for a minute that like Kokoro Sonic or Karma Sonic. Also, by the way, there is an in-between stage between Kokoro and Karma that never saw the light of day. So, you know, wink, wink on that. It's called Kokoro Terapashi. So, that will be seen later on too. But yeah, between that and the Hell forms, like, they don't even compare, honestly. That's why, like, in all seriousness, because I want to show off the sprites that I made for Sonic and Shadow in Episode 5, I did that whole stasis field thing to neuter their powers. Because I was like, why would they not use this against Mecha Sonic and just absolutely, like, break him in half in 2 seconds? I was like, there had to be a disadvantage, and I also wanted to show the dark forms off as well. So, like, honestly, I mean, a lot of that episode came down to wanting to showcase certain sprites, and that's why I did the ideas the way I did for the storytelling. But no, there's no comparison. My forms are broken. They're overpowered. They're ridiculous. Like, there's no comparison to the hyper form. They're way classes above the normal hyper and super shit. Think of it like, as much as I hate to make this comparison, think of it like Dragon Ball Z. You know, or GT, right?
I don't want to vomit.
Yeah, I know. But think of it like fucking Super Saiyan 4 versus, like, you know, I don't know, Kaioken or Super Saiyan 1. There's no comparison.
Oh, he said it wrong.
I will always say it wrong. I'm not a DBZ fan.
Please.
Wait, no, how about Hayden Christensen as Shadow? Please stop, Agar. Cease and desist. There, you got it. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. I state my case. Yes, let's make it Dragon Ball Evolutions level. Please stop, Epsilon. Turn DoD into a D&D campaign. Do you want me to die? I can't stand D&D, man. I don't play that shit. I'm a nerd, but I don't have the energy for that crap.
Love you, Jazz.
Silver the Hedgehog going to be involved in the reboot. It would be oh yeah, so Silver is definitely going to involved, Greg. Silver was meant to be involved from the beginning. He is in the intro revamp. If you did see that, I don't know how much you've watched of it, but no, yeah, like honestly, like Silver has always meant to be involved because of the fact that Iblis and Nephilis are there, and the fact that there's the whole like time rift shit that goes on too. So yeah, Silver is going to be included 100%. Let me see here. Shit, yes, I am a dinosaur, but no. Yeah, Jazz, since she loves you too, God. No, we need to make DoD into an RPG. Wait. That's possible now.
Wait, Jazz says turn DoD into a video game.
Actually, that's possible now, and I've wanted to make it into a fighting game for a long time, so I know you're trying to bust my balls on that one, Jazz, but, like, I mean, that's something that I'm not really, like, against, if I'm honest. But I also probably wouldn't do the RPG, jokes aside. Like, I know we're making the cracks, Nick, for obvious reasons, but, like, nah, I'm more partial to, like, you know, I'm much more partial to, like, actually fucking watching shit and engaging in the story. DoD into a TV series? Oh, isn't that what she just said, my boy? I mean, kind of like, you know, wheels on wheels. Are you Methylese? Methylise? Could it surpass Sonic RPG? I don't know, but I'm not even gonna get into that. I could make comments, but I'm not gonna make comments on RPG. Like I said, I have my own opinions about certain series, but I'm not looking to cause any drama or make any waves. I'm not about that because I know there's a lot of people in these communities who like to start drama and like to say shit. I'm not about it. I'm not interested in it. So I don't have much comment either way.
I'm about to slap Uno.
Yes, I can't wait for Hell Seal Doom. Please, you see, that's what I mean. I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not nope. Next, if there's other questions or comments, have them. I'm not even touching that one with a 90-foot pole. DoD dating sim. Oh my god, I could see it now. You know what? In all seriousness, like, there are enough fucking fan service girls in DoD that if that was done, it could actually be done. That's the sad part. It could be done. Judge correct. I mean, hey, I'm not opposed to dating sims. I am truly a man of culture. Nah, now I have to double down, turn DoD into an ASMR narrator. I had ASMR as a redeem on my channel for a hot minute, Jazz. I just did away with it because it was more flirty energy being attracted than I wanted. So I turned that off. Same thing with the Ada. Just no. Hell Seal Doom sounds like some BS you'd see in some cringe fight animation. You're not wrong, Epsilon. I do agree. I mean, I've seen people make Hell Sonic forms, and it bothers me because it's so contradictory. Sonic should not have a Hell form if you're doing anything based on my stuff, because it doesn't work. Hey, headbats.
I mean,
thank you for the headbat, Jazz.
I'd see it working for Redonic more.
Yeah, but it would also be kind of redundant, right? Like,
yeah.
Like Hell Redonic. It would be like saying Ice Crunkles. Winged Veils. Ow. Okay, so
shit question.
Jazz pat my head only to attack me. Damn. But what? What was the question?
Hang on.
What are you gonna do about Dark Bowser and Dawning of Darkness?
Dark Bowser is being retold. Oh my fucking god, I am being smacked up so goddamn much on my stream. Shit. Those of you who aren't on Twitch, you might not be seeing the amounts of microphones and eggs being chucked at my head and the head pats I'm also receiving. So much happening right now. Damn it all.
Enough with the abuse people.
But I'm sorry. One more time, Vic. I got smacked in the head too many times.
Dark Bowser.
Yeah, so Dark Bowser, like, as you all know, I made the concept of Dark Bowser before Nintendo even did.
Jazz?
The thing is, though, is like, I'm going to be...
Dark Overlord Skull Cosno.
Yeah, I'm going to be, like, doing away with the Dark Bowser name. And the design, the colors are going to be the same, but he's going to get a little bit more detail on him. I'm going to be calling him Terran Bowser. And I'm going to be calling him Terran Bowser because he was, well, based on earthbending in Sonic. I mean, in Avatar The Last Airbender. So, you know, that's basically why I'm doing that. Because I want to move away from the Dark Bowser brand at this point. Also, is the creator of... hang on a minute. Is the creator of the series themselves in this live? Yes, I am Gene. I remember your name from DeviantArt. You've spoken to me a couple of times. I remember you. Yeah, yes, I am here. Hello. Good to see you. Ow. Man, you can't do nothing in my stream.
Okay, George Lopez.
Hellradonic, he's even more on fire. I know, right? Like it'd be like fucking like the hell pyro thing that Vic did a while back. Remember that one, Vic?
Oh my god. Please stop.
Yeah, Radonic would look like that. He would just be like, all I know is pain. All I know is pain.
I'm gonna mutilate my testicle tubes.
No, don't do that. That's unhealthy. But,
Oh yeah, this is the part where Shadow kills Eggman. Again.
Dark Bowser is a fraud, yeah. Yeah, it's true. I'm a big fan of this guy. I hope the series comes back someday. Yeah, Gene, we are working on that. That's the whole point of this. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be repeating myself a lot today. I know, but that's kind of just par for the course. So, Gene, go to my Discord link. I'm gonna paste it in the chat again. Join that. Join the public server. My friend Omega has made a poll for people who want it to be a sprite series or a comic, but as I said before, most of my work is primarily comics, graphic novels, light series, and the like. So if you like my original work, my newer work, you know, bear in mind that even if DoD is a sprite series, you're not getting more of that from me after DoD. So just keep that in mind and weigh the thought carefully of why you want it that way. As my boy Skull said. Purple Drank Bowser, David, what?
Shade.
Uh-huh.
I got a comment for you to read in DM.
Alright, Dark Bowser minus the Dark Star. Oh my fucking, oh no, please. Please, man. Hell Pyro Shadow Redonic, let's see, just give me 1 second here.
Also, I don't like what Epsilon wrote in my DMs, and I should smite him for that.
Smite? I like Smite. Smite is fun.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so VV left a comment. Okay, so is it okay if I read this comment out loud, Vic?
Yeah.
Alright, so VV left a comment on Vic's Twitch chat. My opinion on the revival of DoD, I am more so leaning towards comic for one reason, and that is the fact for me personally, I understand what is happening more in comic form than sprite animation. I tend to zone out watching animations and not take in what is happening, but when it comes to comics, I will in more of what is happening. I hope that makes sense. Honestly, yeah, VV, I really like your input on that as well. So, like, the thought of it being a comic, like, appeals to me more too for similar reasons. I'd rather read a comic too than watch the sprite animation, because I'll be real, right? I want to make a quick point, and some of y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But those of you who are anime watchers in here, how many of you are really big on Battle Shonen? And by that, I mean Dragon Ball Z, I mean Jujutsu Kaisen, I mean Demon Slayer, I mean Naruto, like...
I feel like you're going to be fueling a fire with that.
No, that's okay. I'm doing this on purpose because I want to make a point. If you guys are into a lot of those bigger Battle Shonen animes, and I think I'm right when I'm saying that, you know, I am not a big Battle Shonen guy. So as a result, when I think of animation quality, I am very much a slice of life and romance anime watcher, despite the fact that I've made the content that I have made. So, like, when you think of these animations, right, you think typically, like, good animation is more associated with, like, quality fight scenes. Is that, I think that's a reasonable statement to make, right? Like, that's a reasonable assumption to make for why a lot of people like Battle Shonen, and for the reasons they do. So, In saying that, the sprite animations, yes, may focus on fight scenes and combat, but I want to make a point. I'm not too interested in that myself. Like, I'm interested more in good story. Like, I will watch animes that might be lower budget animations. And again, the art is still great, the story is still great, but like there's more still or stiffer frames than what you might find in like battle shonen animations. So as a result, it's why I like the still frame. It's why I like the book. It's why I like the comic, why I like the graphic novel, the light novel, etc. I like art and I like illustration, but I'm not super big on the crazy amount of animation. And the comment that VV made adds further to something that I much more care about doing. So, like, that is something that I do want you guys to also take into account when thinking about this and thinking about where my headspace is in terms of making the content. That is definitely something that I care about a lot more. I don't know how many of you guys care about the variations of that when it comes to storytelling and animation, but, you know, yeah. According to some Japanese manual for Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow's capsule was not recovered after Maria sent it. It could mean that Shadow we know is a clone. Yeah, I don't go by that, Greg. I've had that argument since I was a fucking teenager, like 18 plus years ago. I still sit on the fence that no, Shadow is the real Shadow and that's that, and there's too many other fucking things. I will die on that hill. I won't even argue it, I'll just die on that hill.
Besides, Shadow the Hedgehog sort of confirmed that the Shadow is the same one from Adventure 2.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I will just die on that hill. Like, everyone else can think whatever they want. Personally, I don't agree with any of those other variations. I just don't, and I don't get bogged down in them. If other people want that opinion, that's fine. They can have it. I don't care, personally. What then? What? Okay, and also, let me check some things here. Turn DoD into a Netflix original series. I'll be real with you, Jazz. I will be real with you. In some nebulous universe, if that was even legally possible, I would take that deal just for the money. I'm not kidding.
A Netflix original series.
I know, it will be painful, but like, yeah. Outside of My Hero, which is my #1 favorite anime of all time, I'm not too big on any anymore, mostly grown past it. I feel you, Omega, with the battle shonen thing, yeah. Shoku said, I don't think animation is quality fight scenes. For example, Spirit Away and all those movies done by that company is just love. And I do agree with you, Shoku, but I was speaking from a general standpoint of where I know a lot of people in these communities come from. If anybody in these chats does not feel the way that I'm assuming, then congratulations. You are definitely not part of the mentality that I'm used to being exposed to with this particular area. So, you know, just a point that I was trying to make to add to what VB said, because I very much agree with what VB said. Shadow's always been the real Shadow. I do agree. Eggman during the Doom battle says it. No, that's true. Yeah, like, I do think there's enough things that corroborate that Shadow is the original Shadow. I just don't like to get into that crap because I feel like people get too bogged down with the canon of it. Let's see here. That was a dumb requirement. Okay. It's DJ because I can. Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah. Do you guys have any other questions or input? Like, I mean, I'll stay for a while. I mean, I'm already here almost 2 hours. I didn't even expect to be here this long. So, if there's other things you guys want to say or other input you would like to add, please do so. But like, again, I have posted my public Discord server multiple times. Please check out the straw poll. It would be very much appreciated if you voted there, because I can have everything in one place. Nuru's backstory? Honestly, well... Alright, before I answer Uno, there's a substantial amount of lore and spoiler that would be revealed if I'm going to answer Nuru's backstory. So before I do you all want to hear that? That's what I have to ask. Like, if you all want to hear the explanations behind that, then, you know, give me a 1 in the chat. Something like that. Because, there'd be a lot to say. Because Nuru is part of, you know, primeval beings, so... So we're getting 1s. Come on, guys, audience participation. I need to hear your voices. Alright. We're getting a lot.
Two on the YouTube chat that say 1.
Yeah, I'm looking here. We're getting a lot of 1s.
Make that 4.
Yeah, I'm getting multiple 1s on my end too. Alright, alright, so you know what? If I'm saying this, anyone who doesn't want to hear it, I apologize for spoilers, but, you know, popular demand. So, just give me a minute to drink some water. My throat's killing me. Blitz, the modern Sonic games, are you asking me or Vic?
Huh?
Because Blitz was asking what do you think of the modern Sonic games, but I was asking him which one he's asking, if he's asking me or you.
Considering that you don't play much Sonic games, I feel like that question would be geared towards me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine it would be, but I also don't know if he just wants to hear my shit takes on them.
Yeah, well... who is it for?
Yeah, I'll wait for him to clarify, but I'll answer Uno then. So for Nuru's backstory, you gotta realize, Nuru is part of primeval beings. Nuru basically represents God in my series. So, much how like, you know, the Chaos Beasts are like divine beings, they're still the children. And I'll admit, even when Agar made the comparison of, like, Olympian gods, that's a reasonable assessment of the comparisons of what they're like, as generic as that may be. So, Nuru's obviously God, and I base the fact that, like, his wife, or his partner, Cythera, who is the succubus and mother of the beasts, as well as Azazel, the devil's sister, when they had, you know, when they had divine sex, when they banged their googlies together,
why? What the fuck? Why are you gonna phrase it like that?
I mean, I could have been more graphic, but like...
Damn it, Shade!
But like, when they had the kids, you gotta realize, all this stuff existed in a dimension and a plane outside of, you know, the mortal coil. And the characters like Prophet, Sin, which is the daughter to the devil, Phantom Guy, the good Shy Guy character, Boo-Hoo, the you know, Boo fan character I made, Cythera herself, and then, you know, Azazel and all them, they are part of a group of beings and creatures that exist outside of, well, mainline reality. Because, like, if it's the idea of, like, heaven and hell, right, they're dimensions or locations that are not actually, you know, on a mortal plane. So, the backstory essentially for some of these characters would be that they've just always existed. That's basically just it. You know, and they had their own little world, and for a time, things were fine and peaceful until, you know, one day you kind of had shit change, you know. Think of it like, again, the Olympian concept, think of it like, well, you know, obviously, you know, the Disney Hercules story with Hades and all is more akin to that of the original satanic stuff, because it's like Hades is like, you know, oh, well, I want Olympus, whereas in actual lore, actual mythology, Hades does not want Olympus, he actually chose the underworld. So, in my stories, you can kind of like make it almost a little bit of like, I guess, a bit of a Christian metaphor. Now, I'll be real, I'm an atheist, so I'm not going to get too much into like what I believe when it comes to religion and different things, but like I value these things from a storytelling standpoint. So, essentially, Azazel and all these other characters were, well, you can kind of argue once a big happy family until everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. I mean, like,
oh my God.
I mean, like, if you really get down to it, that's kind of what it's like. It's just, think about it, right? You have groups of people, they live comfortably, they're happy with each other, and then one day someone decides, I don't like the way things are, and I want to shake things up, I want it to be different, and then, well, it is, and then you can never go back. Betrayals happen, people stab each other in the back, someone craves power, someone, you know, wants to reshape the world in their own image. It's a lot of that kind of shit. That's why I say DoD is very much based in religion and mythology for its storytelling, because that's stuff that I care about and that's where I glean things from. So, but yeah, Niru like Zeus. I wouldn't say he's that far. I mean, unlike Zeus, Niru doesn't put his dick in anything that moves. So, like, you could lend him to any mythical divine being you want to that is a benevolent being. You could lend him to anything like that. But you can also lend him as a metaphor because characters will argue with Niru when they meet him, like, you know, well, you're God, so why didn't you stop this? Why didn't you help this? It's very much a stab and conversation about religion and mythology. And it's a lot of these characters are metaphors for things that already exist. So you can compare them to whoever you really want at the end of the day. That's kind of the beauty of the ambiguity of some of these characters I've made. I did not get too heavy into things, and that's why I based them on mythology and religious standpoints for that express purpose. Might say it's 3 worlds collided rather than 2 worlds for DoD. Kind of, yeah. Actually, it really is like 3 worlds collided because there's Sonic and Mario, and then there's the world I made. I don't know why I thought Zeus, because I felt like Niru was above the kid. He is above them, and that's what I'm saying. You can compare him to whoever you want. It's just like, obviously, not Niru isn't a fucking slut. Like, that's the difference, whereas Zeus is a slut. So Spider-Man talked to God. God damn it, Chris, why? Why would you make that comparison? No. According to some retro perspectives from Pariah, Shadow never really recovered his memories of the past after defeating Black Doom, meaning he essentially has some of the new personality after SA2. I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's a fair fan theory, but, like, you know, either way. And the Eclipse Pass too? Well, I mean, the Eclipse is a big part of the storytelling in DoD as well, if I'm honest. Now we wait for the comments. I don't want that, bro. Like, this planet's dying fast enough as it is. Was there a Pandora's box that one of the gods opened to make more chaos? It's funny you say that. So, I don't know how many of you know about Retrograde, the sci-fi anthro series I made where my character here, Shade, stars in. But I have adapted my DoD fan characters into original anthropomorphic characters, some into furries, some into other animals, etc. And Zales did get adapted into a female, which is also why I changed her in the reboot of DoD, because I call her Pandora in the Retrograde series. So, for me, I find that funny because that's ironic. It's really ironic. Wait, what glitched? Huh?
What's up?
One of them said it glitched, something glitched hard for a minute, but I don't know.
Wait, is my stream acting up?
I don't know. I mean, I've been watching the whole time and everything seems fine on both our ends, so.
Okay.
Seems fine on my end.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Okay, I mean, I guess maybe they had an issue, but so let's see. Wait, Shadow did get his old memories back. He just decided to put the past behind him. That's true. Wasn't anthros and furries the same thing? Well, here's the thing, Duresk. I specify the difference only because, like, think of it like this, right? Furry is a general catch-all term, right? That usually connotates specifically to, well, furry animals. Now, all furries are anthros, but not all anthros are furries. Like, for instance, like, if I make an anthropomorphic dragon or snake, people call them scalies. Now, I don't like to get bogged down in all, like, the little tiny labels, so I feel it's easier just to say anthro as a blanket term for everything, but I sometimes have to say furry, because sometimes people don't even realize, well, what's an anthro? Like, I don't understand what that is, and it's like, it's anthropomorphic, please read a book. But, but no, like, so like, that's the only reason I try to separate it. Like, they are basically the same thing, but there is, like, subtle distinctions. It's just, like, I bring up both just for the sake of trying to avoid some levels of confusion in different conversations. So that's basically all I try to do. Also, Skull, so from what I remember, the characters take the form of the new world created, so do you plan on releasing their original forms, or is it one of those moments where it's not necessarily due to the origins? Now, If you mean the origin forms of like what some of those creatures looked like in the...
Since so does 21 cause if the scaly thing is a subcategory of furry, would I be a fishy?
I guess that's true, Synth, honestly, yeah. But no, yeah, for what you're saying, Skull, if you're talking about like characters that looked at, like in one form before they became the forms that they are in DoD due to the prophecy, I retooled that. Now, all the Chaos Beasts technically do have a Chow form, because I know Chaos had that, but I'm not getting into all of the extra specifics. Like, I'm not going to have a Simplicium 0 to like 7 or perfect Simplicium. Like, I'm not doing any of that shit because it's fucking stupid, and I'm not making 10,000 forms for every single character. I'm not. But despite the fact that I have some of those differentiations, there are certain characters that, while they looked different, you're not going to get a full glimpse of them. Because, like, yeah, Chaos Garden or Chow's Garden, kind of. Yeah, there are Chow's forms. I did do a Chow form of Simplicium, actually. Vic, do you have that, or do you want me to send that to you?
I could probably pull it from your page. And speaking of the Chaos Beast, when you were mentioning that they were going to have 0 forms, are you going to... How the fuck am I trying to ask this question? Are you going to base them off of the Ancients from Frontiers as well?
No.
Since the Ancients have sort of a connection to Chaos?
Nah, definitely not. I'm not even getting into some of that new lore stuff. I'm definitely going to stick with the old stuff still, because like I can't be bothered. I really can't. It's not a direction I'd wish to take the story. Because, I mean, I'm an old fuck, too, so and I don't pay too much attention to the newer shit, so most of my shit is derived from the old stuff, and still will probably stay that way. So there might be some things you guys might consider continuity errors or not perfectly canon, but it's like, if you liked the DoD, you weren't there for the canon anyway. But no, the thing is, for the form Uno, the Kiritsu Zero, I know, back in the day, there was a guy, who I used to talk to, we don't talk anymore. I do not wish to throw any shade at this person because I do not wish to cause any drama. They have made some comments on my DeviantArt page as of recently. But, yeah, there was a person that I used to talk to who had come up with 0 forms for them all, and that partially inspired me to redesign the Chaos Beast, because what I'm doing is giving them one singular base form. So, like, whatever design you see for the Chaos Beast now, that's it. The way Kiritsu looked, like what Vic showed earlier, that's how he looks, and that's it. The way Simplicium looks now, that's how he looks, and that's it. I'm not doing extra crazy stuff. Some of them might have a variation, like Kiritsu does go blue when his flames get hotter. Simplicium does have, like, a slightly more feral look in his design when he gets, like, amped up. But, like, there is no... I'm not going to do, like, multiple forms. So, like, their form... Think of their design as both their Chaos Zero form and their perfect form. Like, it's like a representation of that, and it has Mobian influences, but still, but they still don't look like any specific animal. Yes, Vic?
I missed one. I missed one to show off. I got the Simplicium Chow, by the way, but there was one form that I forgot to show because I didn't come across it.
Which one?
Blight Luigi.
Oh yeah, you can feel free to show him.
Yeah.
I will say this, guys, my Blight Luigi art that I've redesigned is at least a couple years old now, so it's not the best, but it does show you what Blight Luigi was supposed to look like, so when Vic pulls that up, you'll get a glimpse of what he was always intended to look like, as well as some of his other weapons and shit. Oh yeah, your stream did glitch out there for a second, holy shit.
Oh. Yeah, is it good now, or...?
Yeah, it is. That might have been what they mentioned before. I might not have been looking at the time when it happened.
Yeah, I don't think I was looking either, but my bitrate may have dropped.
So let's see, what else is it? Damn Shade killed Eggman in the intro. What hell? I'll be real, Divine. I wanted to kill off certain characters that I just had no use for. And... like, he does get properly killed, obviously, later in the episodes. I'm not sure how much you've seen. Oh, Shill, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate it. God, excuse me.
I just noticed this too. I like how Blight Luigi has the shadow insignia on his hat.
Yeah, exactly. That was another little... and that's the thing, right? That's another component too. The difference with the sprites for the animation versus the drawings, there's a lot of little details I've been able to add to the characters that you would see in the comic form now that you wouldn't get to see in the sprite form. Like, the designs of the beasts and different things have gotten so much better now because I can get more detail in a drawing. And not having to make it a sheet, I'm just doing individual frames of the drawing. So, honestly, like, that's another plus I feel for the comic. But yeah, I don't like Eggman, never did, so I killed him off. And I wanted to do things that were different. Like, it's the same reason why my Sonic series never had any hunt for the Chaos Emeralds. The Emeralds get scattered, but, like, I do something very different with them later on. The Emeralds become very irrelevant in DoD, despite the fact that the Chaos Beasts are so directly linked to them. Like, they do become severely irrelevant as time goes on. So, that's something else. I just wanted to change things. I wanted DoD to be different. And I hope that's something I achieved with you guys. But, yeah.
Mad Matrix 723 cause who are these people, Jason Todd?
Wait, why are you comparing it to Jason Todd? Why Matrix? I'm confused. The Eggman death is a canon event for Dark Timelines with Shadow. That's true, Skull. That is true. It is very much canon event. Sonic just said I hate the power of Zeus. Oh my god.
Nah, I have cringed posted another chat. No.
Oh my god. Also, hang on here.
Wait, who's Jason Todd? Look it up.
Jason Todd is from Batman.
Oh, okay.
That shows you how little nerd material Brit has consumed when she doesn't know who Jason Todd is.
Hey, at least I looked these up.
Fair. Yeah, you know, I'm actually curious to check the results of the straw poll in the meantime, just to see how many people have actually weighed in. Oh wow, the comic dub actually has more votes right now.
Crazy.
I'm gonna say, guys, too, there's only 4 votes. So I mean, I know there's more of you in the chat who obviously care. Go to the straw poll. I'm gonna link this.
Can I get the link too so I can throw it in my chat?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me grab this here. Copy link. I'm gonna give this to you, Vic, and I'll put it in your DMs. I'm also going to put it in my chat as well. So yeah, honestly, guys, vote. Also, to Omega, did you put a time limit on this poll? Hopefully not. 'Cause yeah. But yeah, I appreciate, my man. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, I'm actually watching the votes in real time at this point. Also, let me check a few things here. Because you know, like I said too, like, I mean, hell, I mean, I even do VTubing now at this point. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things I do that are different now. So like, I'm happy to still give you people what you want. I just want you guys to consider, like, if you are watching me or looking at any of my new content now, it's probably gonna lean more towards the comic thing. And if you guys, you know, are also interested, you know, like, the more support, the better. You know, the more easy this stuff becomes to create. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, now we're starting to get some numbies.
I voted Shay.
What, Brit?
I said I voted.
Thank you. Actually, yeah, Omega, you pinged everyone in the... I know you pinged everyone in the private server. Did you do the... actually, did you do the private server too? Or just the public server? You know what, let me do the private server as well. While I'm at it, I'll... yeah, Omega, would you mind pinging it in the private server as well? Since we have a handful of people who don't like public servers. If you didn't already. Because, that would be good to get, as many people clicking vote on that as possible. Yeah, just tell them too that when you ping it, you know, make sure, like make the point that you made before, you know, That it's like, hey, at the end of the day, I still do mostly this type of content. So if you want to see that type of content, that's what you're going to be seeing a lot from me anyway. You killed them off and bringing them back. I mean, well, I mean, honestly, like, there are characters that do get killed off, quote unquote, in DoD Matrix, but like, yeah, they do get brought back and all that shit. Like, you know, there's a lot of reasons for it. I mean, like, let's be real. Nobody ever dies in comics. They just disappear for a little while.
No, it's okay. Look at Dragon Ball Z, or Super rather.
True. Dragon Ball wishes and shit, man. It's because at the end of the day, we don't really want to kill our characters. We really don't. Let's see, Oh, you mean the better Batman? What? Right, thank you guys for doing the voting. Okay. I'm spreading the poll on some other servers. I'm in. Thank you. Divine, if you do, just make sure that when you spread the poll, you also include the points I've made regarding about the fact that most of my content is still like comics and light novel shit and anime art. Because like I said, if you guys do like me or you like my work, just make sure that the people who are voting recognize that the majority of my content is not sprite animation and will never be the majority again. So I just want that to be aware. So just make sure you preface those things with people, or hell, even direct them to the stream if you can, you know. But like, just make sure that you guys were spreading that around. Don't be disingenuous when posting it around just because you want the poll to lean one way. Please make sure that you're clear about what you're posting and what you're saying when you know, spread it around, and also what my sentiments and things are. So I appreciate all of it very much. So far, I feel like this has been a pretty productive stream. Wow, I forgot I even did like Luigi like that shit. Some of these things could definitely stand to be redrawn because it's definitely in a good couple of years and I could draw it a little bit better. But the design still stands. Like, the design is still the same. I mean, so far, like, we have more votes for the comic dub, which I'm kind of happy about. But we are starting to get, like, a little close. We've got, like, 60-40 right now. So I'm definitely gonna let this poll sit for a while. See how many people we can actively get. I probably should also post this on my Twitter while I'm at it. And I think I'll quote retweet the post I made earlier. Sprite animation or comic dub. Right now, you hear a lot of typing from all of us.
That's on me.
Okay. Alright. And posted that on Twitter as well. Alright, so that should be in more than enough places for people to actively vote. Yeah, let me just see, Sandhill Mario. Well, I mean, Suna Mario's getting a redesign as well, David. Suna Mario is actually getting a little bit of an Arabian quality going on. My boy Tails. Yeah, okay. So I guess I just want to ask, is there anything else you guys want to ask or talk about regarding this topic?
I don't have any at the moment.
Because as long as there's the word of mouth right now, we've had the conversation, like, I may end up ending streams soon. I just want to see if anybody else has anything else left to say or add or wants to talk about with me, if there is anything. Because I mean, I know a bunch of you have also followed me on my Twitch, so like if you do want to keep in touch with me, my Twitch is the place to do it, and so is my Twitter. Or, you know, the public Discord server. Those are the 3 best places to actively get in touch with me and keep a hold of me. But yeah, if there's anything else anybody has to say, like, you know, go ahead. I'm all ears. I'm willing to talk about anything else you guys might have left. Still can't believe you're showing DoD too. We're talking about this shit.
Please. It's gonna be okay.
No, it's not. Don't lie to me.
What do you mean, don't lie?
Why are you always lying?
You know, between the two of you guys, you got 22 people watching.
No, I know. Yeah, we've had quite a bit. I mean, I've had as much as 18 today. Like, but I'm not too surprised. I expected this to get a big number of viewers. I mean, I think the biggest number of viewers I've ever had is about 18, and probably when I was playing Uno.
Didn't I say something about that shit? Like, you're probably gonna get a lot more viewers if we do something DoD related?
No, I know. Like, I knew it was going to happen, and like I said, like, on Monday, I am going to be streaming the artwork of Kizu. So like I said, just, if you're following my shit, you'll get to see me making the content as I go along. You know, because it will be happening. There is one other thing I'm going to be working on this week, though, too, in addition to my normal shit. I'm working on... My friend Britt is in the call with us, and she is a writer, and I have done quite a few book covers for her. So I'm working on a kind of like a rework of her latest book cover, which is the beginning of a series that she's writing. So that's something else I'll be working on, too. But in addition, I'm also working on, you know, a few other things. So... DoD related, I'm working on characters from my Pay Your Respect story, and I will be working on stuff for Retrograde because I did meet a sub goal on my Twitch in which people wanted me to do more of my original characters. So DoD, Pay Your Respects, Retrograde, drawing more of them right now is kind of on the agenda anyway. It's DoD Appreciation Day, god damn it. Hang on here. Sorry, kind of missed the hierarchy because I think Simplicium's the strongest chaos beast. Well, I did mention the hierarchy before. I mean, I can repeat it if you need me to. I'll repeat it in just a second then. Just wondering, speaking of Niru having a partner, was it inspired by the Japanese story of Izanami and Izanagi? No, it wasn't, but it is ironically similar, I guess, in that regard. So, honestly, you can draw the inspiration from that. That's why, like I said, I loosely pulled things from a lot of different cultures and a lot of different mythos because I wanted people to be able to do exactly what you're doing, Greg. Be able to, like, assume things and think, oh, well, it's kind of like this story, or it kind of reminds me of that. I wanted it to be ambiguous so people could, you know, people could fill in the blanks how they want to. You know, that's a big part of how I told the storytelling for DoD, you know. So, yeah, you can certainly fill in that blank if you wish to. Also, Matrix, alright, now make the comic an audible version. Well, I mean, if it's dubbed, isn't that an audible version, Matrix? I mean, isn't that the case?
Pay attention, man!
I mean, just, yeah? But, that should be a holiday? I don't want DoD to be a holiday. The poll is really close. No, it is close, but we also have just a small number still. Like, I'm gonna give this a few days because as far as I know, Omega, there's no time limit on the poll, right? The poll just stays up, right? Because I'm gonna wait days, probably even weeks, to see how that pans out. While I continue, of course, to work on the character redesigns, because regardless of whether it's a sprite animation, okay, good, there's no limit, beautiful. Because like regardless of if it's a sprite animation or not, I still, as an artist, need to redraw and redesign all of those remaining characters. And I've redesigned a large portion of them already, but there's still a few more things to go. So, like, there's time for word of mouth to spread and people to vote on this poll. There's definitely time. What idea to force yourself to create soon as Sandmar? Okay, honestly, most people to this day think it was based on Gaara from Naruto. And don't get me wrong, Gaara is my favorite character from Naruto, even though I'm not really a big Naruto fan. And I was not a Naruto fan when I was younger. When I was younger, I didn't even like anime. But I liked Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I don't know how many of you remember that one episode with sandbenders. That's what it's based on. Pure and simple. A lot of things were inspired by Avatar and Danny Phantom when I was younger. I was really into those shows, so... I mean, hell, that's why fucking Shadow has ghost powers. It's just Danny Phantom at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah.
It's there for the end of time, and if there is, I can probably take that off. No worries, Omega. We can leave it there, like, as long as we need to, because it definitely needs word of mouth. Oh, you were the same to, MC Red? Okay, cool. I mean, I love anime now, don't get me wrong, now I'm a fucking weeb, but, like, I didn't love it then. I grew to love it. But yes, as far as the hierarchy thing goes, I'll repeat the hierarchy for the Chaos Beast. You have Simplicium at the top, then you have Kiritsu and Chaos tied for second. Third...
Speaking of...
Yeah, I know, right? Third, you have Itsu, or technically fourth, I guess, depending on how you look at it. You have Kizu is technically the weakest of the ones I made, and then you have Mephiles and Iblis as the bottom of the barrel out of all of them. Now, honestly, like, this is subject to change because there are other beasts in the list that have to be made. So when the time comes, yeah, we'll get into that. I think the Apostle made a whole advanced version of Chaos Beast Chaos. Oh my god, really? Wow, damn. But Shade, what about Buzzkill Yoshi? Okay, alright, Buzzkill Yoshi. Matrix, I'm going to fucking, like... Now, you know, Matrix, stare directly into the eyes of an Enderman for that one.
No, look at a solar eclipse, unprotected.
Dig down into dig down to bedrock with no food.
What the fuck? Is this not the file?
It's because he said so. Shadow based off Box Ghost, but no, Buzzkill Yoshi is getting a massive redesign, and he's going to look a lot more feral. But Yoshi's gonna get a fucking... He's gonna get a real DoD glow up. Let's just say that. Let's see, Kizu the Echidna Girl is above the guy who can control time. Which guy who controls time? What, you mean Silver? I mean, I mean, there's no other Chaos Beast that controls time in my list. I mean, unless you're referring to the fact that I mentioned one of the original Timeline Beasts, but I haven't even really properly extrapolated on him.
I swear, if he mentions Chronos, I'm a shit.
Yeah, because I don't know what he means by time. I don't have a specific time Chaos Beast that anybody really has any information on. I mean, there is Harane Tempor, but nobody knows enough about him yet. It's audio glitching out for a second. Well, I mean, I think he's fine. I don't know. Blitz did do an advanced Chaos Beast Chaos. Okay, that's cool. I might go to the other. Okay, Greg. According to a YouTuber named Pariah Shadow Never. Okay. Yeah, you said that earlier, Greg. We did comment on that. I don't know if you heard about that or heard where we were here for it, but yeah. On my forehead. Yeah. Mephiles the Dark can control time with the version. this version of Mephiles. Yeah, like, I mean, honestly, like, I didn't really even get into that with Mephiles with this one, because if Mephiles is a Chaos Beast at this point...
Mad Matrix 723 cause Hell Spectre Terios.
Hell Spectre Terios? Get out, Matrix.
Okay.
But no, like, here's the thing, right? Regardless of Mephiles controlling time or not, you gotta realize, Mephiles and Iblis are not even supposed to be Chaos Beasts. They only exist in the timeline because of the time rift, because of the whole fucking Mushroom Kingdom thing and Mobius getting merged. That's the only reason why they're even there. So, I mean, their powers and their influences are very, very different because the timeline changed them so much. I mean, if you saw episode 5, part 2 of DoD, Simplicium even extrapolates and mentions how, obviously, Shadow is the new boy in the prophecy. Shadow was not supposed to be the main one in the prophecy anyway. DoD is all about a glitch in timelines. That is literally a big focus of DoD. So a lot of shit has been changed and reworked to suit that narrative. And I mean, hell, if you think about it, Mephiles and all them technically aren't even supposed to exist in some regards because of the way 06 works. I mean, there's people who are like, 06 never happened. Oh, but then they confirmed 06 happened because of these statements and stuff. So, like, honestly, it's perfect wiggle room for me to take advantage of narrative storytelling and time hole loops. And that's exactly why it's done that way. So, like, yeah. I mean, like, at the end of the day, too, like, Mephiles is also an artificial god, and so is Iblis, if I remember that correctly. So...
Yeah, because Mephiles and Iblis were a result from the Solaris experiment gone wrong.
No, yeah, exactly, right? Like, that's the thing, right? So, like, they're artificial gods. The Chaos Beasts are not artificial. They are natural-born gods, directly from a top head honcho deity. Actually, two of them. A deity and a succubus. So, like, that alone makes me put them below the versions I did. So, like, regardless of controlling time, Mephiles doesn't even have that much power anymore, and on top of it too, him being an artificial being, he automatically is going to lose out to many other characters that would be legitimately native-born divine. And David, Zladric said its stream's lagging, I guess.
Since so does 21 cause since the story is an Akamega kill type, I realized should Silver die would he technically be erased from memory in his time or would he be a fading memory?
No, definitely. Also, Synth said on my stream, First Skull said when DoD shows up on Patreon, I'm imagining the tier being as a nest full of Chaos Beasts and Chow eggs, oh my god. And for Synth, since the story is an Akame got kill type, I realized should Silver die, would he technically be erased from memory in his time, or would he be a fading memory? Honestly, he wouldn't be erased from time. I mean, I guess he'd be, I mean, it's possible he could be erased from time in his own timeline, but the timeline he dies in, people would still know him and remember him at that point, because that's the only way that they knew him was from the time travel. But I suppose it's possible he could be erased in his original timeline. But I mean, in my series, Blaze is already dead anyway. So, yeah. That's a thing as well. Actually, Shade, about Mechasonic and all the voices in episode 5, is that you doing the voices or that someone? Oh no, Mechasonic's voice lines, like, aside from the fact that I edited Metal Overlord or Neo Metal Sonic voices to sound like the other voices I had done, the custom-made voice lines were voice acted by a friend of mine back in the day that I no longer have touch with. We just lost touch, honestly. But he was a good voice actor that not a lot of people gave proper attention to. I saw his potential, and I had asked him to do voice lines for Mechasonic. So, all of those ones are done by a voice actor that I had, requested to do the work for, or had requested them to do the work for me. I have a fly in my face. I know I'm a bird, but I don't want to eat bugs, yo. Because the voice clip of Mechasonic turning super is exactly like the one from it. Yeah, the I'll skewer you one. Yeah, that scene. No, that is literally a line that was done by the voice actor That is purely the voice actor. Actually, no. Wait. I think the Skewer You was the voice actor. I don't think that was actually from Neo Metal or Metal Overlord. So I think that was the voice actor. I'll Skewer You.
No, it's a Metal Overlord clip.
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah. Okay, then yeah. So that's just from the that's just from the game. Then I literally just edited the audio so that it sounded closer to the voice actor that I got for like the other lines, like when he yelled "perish" and stuff like that. You know, I just wanted to be able to use both of the lines and have the voices sound similar. That's all. Let's see. I have another question. What idea that made you create Kokoro Sonic? Kokoro Sonic, honestly, I'm a really big fan of telekinesis. I don't know how many of you know a show called Heroes back in the day, but there was a villain named Sylar that I loved, and he used telekinesis in a really interesting way. And by that I mean he would literally saw open people's heads with his finger with telekinesis. So I liked the idea of giving that to a character, and I wasn't going to give that to Shadow because I wanted the whole hell forms and fire and stuff, because I was a massive I was a pyro nut. Not in real life though, granted. I don't like setting things on fire, just to be clear. But no, I really just loved telekinesis, and I wanted a way to show it off, so I gave it to Sonic, and I just wanted to give Sonic something that, you know, something that would be cool so that I wouldn't hate him too much. So, yeah, I hope that helps. But like, Sylar was the biggest inspiration for giving Sonic the telekinesis and all that, because obviously, you know, yeah, Kokoro meant mind and all that. And a few other things regarding the brain. One thing I found interesting about Vegito was versus Boo was DBZ universe can be. Wait, you used that concept. Okay, hang on. One thing I found interesting about Vegito versus Boo was from DBZ. The universe can be destroyed even from a solar buster, by somewhat affecting its fabric. So like you're talking about like being able to destroy the universe because like energy or something has such a heavy effect or a temporal wave that it could actually disrupt the fabric of reality. If that's what you mean, no, that's not possible in my series, only because the series is so heavily focused on a prophecy and on Shadow getting his revenge. So doing that would throw a major wrench in the actual plot point. My god, those hands, that idol. Do you mean Hell Spectre when I had the two left hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, like, it's still something that embarrasses me to this day, but you wanna know what I always make a joke about it now? It's like, there was an old saying that it was like, oh yes, well, left hands is like, you know, a sign of the devil. So it's like, well, he's just double devil, because he's got two left hands. I know it's bad. I know it's really bad, but yeah. Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of mistakes I made. I was always really tired. My health was always bothering me. My health still bothers me. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm a lot better now than I was then. So, a lot of those things got in the way. And that's the big reason why I do what I do now. So, yeah. But, hang on here, let me see some of the other comments we got. An argument can be made that if Mephiles and Iblis were to be Chaos Beasts, they would be remnants of what they were, hence drastically weakened. The fact that they exist at all would be a miracle. That is true, Skull, and a fair point. That's Metal Overlord and my Ryan Drummond. Yeah, yep, definitely Durusk. Always like the idea they both occupied a spot 2-to-1 to take the place of a single Chaos Beast of old who perished long ago. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Because I am going to end up incorporating those beasts as well, because the original timelines are getting put in. Some of the voice lines Mechasonic uses in Bolt series are part of Metal Overlord and part Final Cooler. Yeah, I know that's what Alvin used for SMBZ. I've never used Cooler's voices as far as I know. I tried to avoid using the Cooler voice because I didn't want to do the same thing that someone else did. So, yeah. Zero God, that kind of makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm glad you feel that way. So that's why Shadowfry has 2 left hands.
Oh my god.
Who's Shad? I don't even know what that is. What?
Shadowfry is an OC character.
I got you. Also, Jay, thank you for pinning the tweet again. I mean, not tweet, the post. Much appreciated. Okay. Any more questions, guys, or are we where you think we're nearing our end for this this conversation? Because I'll stay as long as you guys want me to answer these questions and go through things. But once you guys feel like you're good, then I'll probably end my stream. So I'm just waiting until you guys feel satisfied with you know, questions, interviews, etc. I have one. Are you getting rest? No, I am not, Skull. I am not getting any rest. I am actually sleeping pretty bad the last few days, but I did get a new bed, and that new bed is super fucking comfy, so I am sleeping a lot better than I used to. But I have stayed up way too late the last few days. I'm kind of been a bit of a workaholic. I've had a little bit of insomnia, but my work is keeping me sane right now, so, you know, admittedly, I definitely need to do a bit more self-care, but I'm, you know, I'm trying right now. I'm trying. Acceptable answer as long as you rectify the insomnia. I'm trying, man. I will at some point. It will happen sometime soon. I'm confident of that. I feel like it might. I feel like this month needs to go by. A lot of this month has a lot of things on my mind. A lot of this month has been very busy. I do believe May will be a lot better. Also, let's see. Also, speaking of Pariah, he did a fantastic job explaining the fantastic elements in the entire his stories. No, I'll be real, Greg. As much as I appreciate that sentiment, I don't really need much inspiration for my stories. I have too many of my own ideas to possibly have other things be injected a lot. Some people do give me some ideas here and there, and I do consider them, but I consider them with a grain of salt because there's far too much to get into. So like the idea of having all these extra ideas, if you come a certain point, if you have too many ideas, then you're just stuck juggling them all, trying to figure out like, okay, where do I insert them all? How do I get this working? And then you never get a lot of things done. So I'm good on that one. What's sleep like? I feel that, Nick. Hellspectre Shadow mopping the case will never get old to me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mopping the cats.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When did you made he? Oh, when did you make Hellspectre Shadow? God, how old is episode 4?
I don't know. I'd have to go to your Newgrounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Give me a moment, guys, and I will tell you. I literally, it's gotta be like 2008, maybe 9. So episode 4 was made in 2000. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Episode 4 was made in 2007, gang. That is how old that shit is. 2007. So yeah, Hellspectre Shadow was made in 2007. So honestly, what is that? That is 17 years ago. I mean, that makes sense. It's about half my age. Question, Vic. So let's see, Vic. Skull has a question for you. If you could change something from DoD what would it be and why? Consider it a personal tweak for fun.
If there is anything to change?
Yeah, like if you could change one thing, what would it be and why? I'm curious myself.
I don't think there is anything for me to change, to be honest. Like, I'm since the series was never finished, I feel like I can't answer that one the way I want to, because the series only ended on episode 5 part 2, when there is still a lot more that could have been done, but the series went on a hiatus. So I don't think I can really answer that.
Fair. Also, Brit said, "Is your new bed still better than sex?" Well,
What?
Well, I did say that at one point because I was so deprived of sleep until I got it. My bed is fucking made of memory foam now, and it's so fucking comfy. Same thing with my pillow. I actually feel like I sleep a little more now. I will say this: I felt like that initially, but you know what? Now that I've been getting good sleep and everything, and I'm feeling a bit better, I still miss sex.
You're welcome.
So yeah. Bruh, you create... Yeah, Omega said 17 years ago at this point. Bruh, you created DoD in 2006, literally when the timeline from 06 would occur. That is true. That is true, yeah. I did, man. That's the ironic thing, right? Like, DoD started when I was 15. You know, it's funny, right? I want to say one thing about DoD while you're all here, right? DoD, for me... It is flattering to me and humbling how many people still love it and appreciate it. But it also still is a curse because my problem is I want more people interested in my original content, and that's something that's been hard to do over the years too because DoD is still stuck with people for so long. And I definitely have always wanted to be more than a Sonic artist. And I am more than that, but I don't know how many people still recognize that or even know that or realize that. So it's like I said, it is a blessing and a curse. But, now that I think about it, what role would the fusions play in DoD? Like in the intro, we saw Shattuck and Shadow Bowser fusion. What was going to happen with those? Okay, this again requires spoilers, so... I mean, I'll answer them, but you've all been warned. The Shattuck form, the original one from Mystical Forest Zone, nothing against Chakra X's design, but I'm partial to Damien the Bat's design. Was supposed to be used as a means for when Shadow teams up with Sonic near the end of the series to betray Bowser because he's like, oh, Bowser's out of hand now and I need your help and I've seen the errors of my ways and all this other crap. He just wants to double-cross Bowser at this point. Which is also revealed in the intro, so it's not super spoilers there. They fuse...
It's funny you say that.
What do you mean?
Because I'm playing it right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, your stream is behind for me because I'm still seeing episode 1 again.
I might have to mute the volume for this because of the song that's playing. Might get this video a fucking copyright.
That is true, because creeping in my soul, yeah, is very much a thing. No, like, the fusion for that one was supposed to be for Shattuck, and the fusion for Shadow and Bowser with Shrazzer, I have it written down in my episode synopsises for when they fuse, but I forget exactly. Bear with me a minute and I will look at my episode synopsises for you right now, and I will tell you I will actually tell you what the use for Shrazzer was going to be. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let me open this document. God, this document is ancient. I think it was episode 7 I include Shrazzer in. Let me just find this real quick. Because I think I don't know if I'm where I had them fight. Because episode 7 is where Azazel comes in. Let's see. Maybe it was episode 8 that I have Shrazzer in it. God, where did I put him? Yeah, here he is. Yep, here we go. So, I believe, I'm just scrolling through the actual passage for how this occurs. Okay. 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 Okay, yeah, so this is what I did. So for the part with Shrazzer Fusion, he, after Luigi kills Mario in episode 6, in episode 8, Luigi obviously teams up with Boo-Hoo. He shook his hand as part of the prophecy. Shadow wants to keep Luigi in line, and he's not listening to him now. So at this point, he feels like, okay, we need to like kill Luigi because he's a loose end. So after they find him, he challenges Luigi to a fight, and Boo-Hoo sits this one out, and they fuse to fight Blight Luigi. And as Blight Luigi is basically on the verge of death, Boo-Hoo intervenes and stops the fight in order to preserve the prophecy. So the whole point was like, it was better to merge together because the power would be a lot more overwhelming, and if Boo-Hoo did by some chance intervene, the combination of Shrazzer versus just, you know, Bowser and Shadow on their own would be a lot stronger to fight off a person who is also a deity, because Boo-Hoo is obviously part of the, you know, primeval pack. It's funny how I really met 2 or 3 people IRL watched it before. No, yeah, I know, David. I've met a couple of people here and there who have watched DoD IRL, and I'm kind of just like, wow, unexpected. Is it possible at some point during the reboot, Shadow would probably have a split dark side, basically his darkness becoming his own entity? No, never, Greg. I will never do that shit. I think that stuff's stupid, personally. Like, people are just too keen on like being like, you know, adding all these extra little layers to the stories and the characters, and it's like, cool, interesting idea, but like, where does this story end then? How much content are you cramming in? How are you working on, like, I mean, I'll be real, right? By the time DoD is done, almost everybody is dead. That's why if you're an anime fan, I compare it to Akame ga Kill, which is why my friend Scott, or Jinta, flat out said when I first was watching Akame ga Kill a little while ago, he was like, you know, oh, yes, Akame ga Kill, that's on brand for you. And then after I finished watching it, I came back to him and jokingly said, hey, you know, bro, I must have taken a lot of meth in 2014, because I don't remember writing Akame ga Kill.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's basically so similar to how I wrote DoD, not gonna lie, because everybody dies. It's a bloodbath. Copyright. Fun fact, those watching Vic's stream, Shady contributed to the Koopa Bros sprite sheet. Yes, I did. Yeah. A lot of people, I think, know that by now, but yeah, for a long period of time, people didn't know that I made the Koopa Bros sprites and stuff for SMBZ back in the day, back when me and Alvin were more talkative with each other. I'll say that. But yeah, those are still on my DeviantArt page as well, though. Like, there are certain sheets that I still left behind because I just wanted people, like, to know that if they were looking for something, it's like, yes, I did make that one. I made the Shadow sheet. I made, like, the Dark Sonic sheet. There were different ones like that. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've ranted a lot of shit here, so I mean, hell, Vic, is there anything that you think that needs to be said, or that I've forgotten, or?
Again, I don't have much at the moment.
No, that's fair. But yeah, I guess, honestly, like, if that's it, I mean, I probably can just, you know, go ahead and start ending the stream here, because I don't know if there's really anything else to go over, but I'll tell you what I will do. Vic, are you going to keep streaming on Twitch or anything like that, or?
I'm still going to be streaming for a bit longer, but
Because I just want to know, like, if I should, like, raid you or if I should raid someone else. Ow.
No, so okay. So this specific stream was probably gonna be ended after we were finished with the DoD stuff.
Gotcha.
So I can kind of keep that as a separate VOD, and then I would continue streaming literally anything else.
Okay. All right. Then that's the case. Then maybe I'll send it over to someone else then, since you'll probably be ending the Twitch side of things then.
But I'll still be going back live again afterwards.
Got you. Also, thank you for the head pats, Jane. Head pats. Yeah. Yes, I'm a child. Leave me alone. But
So am I. But you're gonna see me complaining.
Oh, ow!
What happened?
I got hit in the face by a skull.
Okay, hang on.
Everybody abuses me.
Air, happy.
Yes.
Yay.
God damn it, bro. Alright, so, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna send you guys over to another friend of mine who, I will be doing an Among Us collab stream with, Saturday evening. It's, my friend Carrie. So, I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning in, talking with us and everything. Like I said, check out my Twitter for all my relevant links, and, honestly, just, you know, keep up on the straw poll. I will be keeping my eye over in the next few days. So far, I'm pretty happy with how the results are going. But yeah, keep an eye on that shit, and we'll see how all this turns out. It was great hanging out with all you guys. Good seeing everybody, and you all have a great night. I'm gonna go send you off to Carrie. What? Huh?
Look at my chat.
Dear, yeah, I'm looking. Dear God, people are gonna be cheering in theaters when Maria gets killed. Yes, they will be. I will be too. And on that note, good night, everybody.
Dark Overlord Skullcause, thanks for the stream, Shade and Vic.
Alright, sending them over to Carrie now. And now, I bid you all